I get a bunch of nonsense here, man. Like me, they love my wallet. What's up, Ulysses? ¿Cómo estás? I'm waiting for your live. This is a very good topic. Yeah. This is definitely the atmosphere in Colombia has definitely been changing, like for the worse. It's not just crime that foreigners have to worry about. Now it's like the attitude that they have towards us has in recent events has definitely changed for the worse. Like some of my friends have send me audio messages, and like now with everything that's happened, they're using that excuse of what happened to that DJ to justify how they really feel about us. But I've always said when I found out how they really felt about us, I was like, man, it's time for us to go. It is time. Why I left, whatever. Let's go. And yeah, they want the lame guy money, and if she's working, she's working. Um, you know what? I think they do the same thing even with our local man. If I could be honest, passport champ. Their philosophy has always been to get what the guy that has like the most to offer. You're talking about Medellin, but even I saw it in some of the other cities as well. But I don't think it has anything to do with the guy being lame. I think even if the guy's like assertive and he handles himself well and you speak different languages, have a professional title, at the end of the day, I think those women all they see is dollar signs, regardless if you're well. If you're an alpha male, it's gonna be harder for that woman to control you because you have options. You have your U.S. passport, so you could say boom and take off and go somewhere else, right? But some of the expats that are stuck there, unfortunately, don't have that option. But there's some expats there that do have supposedly good relationships, and I have friends that one friend that married a Colombian and he had a kid with her. I met him in Miami a long time ago, actually. And another guy too I met in Puerto Rico has a relationship with a woman. Has been with her for a few years. So that's it is what it is. What up? 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 Business is business. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a worldwide thing. It's not just strictly to there. But I think when it comes to Colombia, I think it's grown worse. And over the years, I remember like 3 years ago, I used to be able to get on Tinder, and used to be able to meet professional women. Now it's not the case. If you get on Tinder now, like the majority of the girls you see there are obviously selling. So the atmosphere has definitely changed, and I've gotten some messages from some of the women there from different cities, and the way they feel about us has drastically has changed. Like maybe back then they needed an excuse not to like us, but now that this happened with the DJ, now they have like ammunition for their weapons. Now they can really like be like, oh, y'all do this, y'all do that, and not everybody's bad, but y'all have bad people too. So I've had a few already Colombians women from different cities use that as an excuse. Like I had conversations with a few of them actually in these days, today and yesterday, and I was showing one of the audio messages to what's his name, Razor Ray. Shout out to Razor Rays, and he was just telling me how there was a girl that was recently, murdered by her jealous boyfriend in Colombia, and he was captured. But the same thing, guy did the same thing, and so it's one of those things where you see femicide happen a lot in Colombia. But for some reason, when Americans are getting drugged and bad things are happening to the locals, they kind of just like brush their shoulders off. And now this is like an excuse for them to not to like us. I think they probably did the same thing with the Venezuelans when they first got to the country. Like they didn't want them there, but they probably didn't have any excuse to like not like them. And now with the crime rate and some of the robberies that have increased, that's their alibi to like be like, oh, they paint them on in the bad brush. So besides the Venezuelans, I think we're the second most not liked people in Colombia. And I've honestly already said that they don't even want us there. If you really get to know the Colombians, or you ever piss off a Colombian, believe me when I tell you, they're gonna tell you exactly how they feel about you. They say there's three honest people in this world: a kid, a drunk person, and somebody that's really, really angry at you. And so, yeah. Where's oh shit? Where do you think is the best place in Colombia to meet and home some woman? I would say not at Medellin. Not Medellin, that's for sure. Maybe like other cities, I would suggest. But I kind of seen the same games in other cities as well. To be honest, I mean, some people say that it's different. I would suggest maybe Cali, Bogota, but me, I don't really like those cities. I don't like Bogota; it's too cold. I really don't like Cali that much. The infrastructure is really horrible. It's not a beautiful city. Yes, it has a lot of culture when it comes to salsa. That's great, but it's very dangerous, and the city overall is not very attractive. Barranquilla, I've never been there, but I hear great things about Barranquilla. I've heard some brothers say that they've had success in Barranquilla, but not that's not my personal experience. I've never been there, so I can't comment on that city. Hold on. Hold on. So yeah, let me see. I would suggest. I've always said the three places that have the most beautiful women are, unfortunately, to me, the worst places to meet good women. As well, it's very difficult unless you can meet people that can introduce you to a nice person. I would say Dominican Republic is really bad for dating. Even though some people over say that, oh, you could go out with a lot of women. Yeah, but most of them really don't care about you. They're nationalists, first of all. And then second, I would say I've always said that Colombia has been really it's getting worse now. Colombia, but Colombia is up there, and then I also say the Venezuelans are also like very grimy, so I wouldn't date them either. Ulysses, te voy a enviar un artículo por WhatsApp. There's the Son las women. So LeBron Boxing for Life says the article that he's sending me, the study says that the women from the most infiel women are Colombians. I don't know. I probably would agree with that, especially Medellin. Like a lot of those girls will still go out with you even if they have boyfriends. Like I said, what's up, you? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, bro? What's going on? I've never been to Costa Rica. Like I said, uh, I would suggest. I think Mexico. Obviously, the women are not going to be as attractive as Venezuelan and Colombian, and even some of the Dominican women. But I think you're going to get more loyalty from the Mexican side. I would say Brazil too. Brazil's very good, and I would even throw in some of the Eastern European countries as well. They love brothers over there. Latinos not so much, but brothers definitely get a lot of attention because I used to live there and I saw it. So I saw it firsthand. I'm not lying. I'm not lying about that either. I saw my friends that were from Africa get girls left and right when I was in Prague, and they didn't even have to do anything for it. No Tinder, no nothing. Just stand there at the bar and they would get attention. That's what I always tell guys. Like, why not go over there? Like, why go somewhere where you have to work for your meal when you could go over there and the meal comes to you? Yeah. If they love Latinos like they love brothers, I wouldn't even be dating in Latin America. I'll be over there in Europe right now. I wouldn't even be messing with these girls. Y'all could have them, and I'm Latino. I'm honest. Like y'all could have them, and shit, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be here. I would be over there. But when I was there, I never got any love. So I'm not gonna front and be like, oh, I pulled women over there because that's not true. Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I'm always gonna keep it honest with y'all. We're in Mexico. I would say Guadalajara has similar vibes as Medellin. I said it many times, minus the druggings and the kidnapping. Ulysses, Colombian chicas would prefer local men, but right now I think that even the local men are in trouble. They're just as interested in cash, living the good life, and living the yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, so I'm gonna talk about a couple of stories that have happened to me. I was letting the channel warm up. I wanted to see if more people would hop on because I wanted people to hear what I have gone through with some of the women over there. I really don't talk to, like I said right now, if I could be honest with y'all guys, I don't really have any Colombian friends anymore. Like I talk to a few people here and there, but most of the people that I knew there, I just stopped talking because at the end of the day, I just felt like people were just really, really just trying to take advantage. So let me see. Um, all right. But you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's how it is over there. Yeah. What's the new spot in South America, bro? I've been asking everyone for the space, but cannot get a solid answer. We need somewhere safe. Colombia. I say Guadalajara. I say Guadalajara, but I will say that nightlife is very. Well, I'm getting off topic here, but I don't mind helping you out. Like I say, Guadalajara has the best food of all of Mexico. Has very traditional, good food. People are really friendly. When people talk to you over there, you're not gonna meet people like you do in Colombia. They're just like trying to get something from you. I had one friend. He was a black guy. He was a veteran as well. When I took him to Guadalajara a long time ago, we're in the university together. Um, He met a girl at the park, and the girl invited him to the house like a week later, and we had like a big party, food, dinner, and he received like royal treatment for this woman. But for some reason, he prefers white women. For some, I don't know, whatever. That's his. Everybody has their taste. I'm not judging, But for whatever reason, he didn't. He liked Guadalajara. I'm not saying he didn't like it, but he was treated like a king when he was over there. He was there for 1 week with me, and he met a nice girl. And I invited him to the house. He met her just one time at a park, right? And invited him to the house, made dinner for him. They had a cookout. We had a party. Everybody came together. And that's the kind of treatment that you get in Mexico. So I don't know. I say it's definitely Mexico. I know it's going to sound biased because people are going to be like, you're Mexican, but it's rare for Colombians to open their houses like that and do something like that. When was the last time a Colombian did a barbecue or a food dinner for a foreigner? I've never heard of that. So if y'all could school me on that, I'd be more than happy to listen. Colombian chicas are big time chaparrillos. It's not just Dominican. The dear chicas just tell you right away, but they won't harm you. They will just let you go. Yes, yes, yes. That's the difference. A Dominican girl will tell you dame cuarto, which means give me money. And if you say no, bye. And a Colombian girl, and I'm not going to put all of them in a category because most of them, 90% of the Colombian women are not like that. It's only a small percentage, like 5% that are just bad. But still, it's really dangerous right now. It's really, really dangerous. Yeah, all the people I met in Colombia I spoke to after I left just wanted money. Yeah, I was, so I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna start talking to about my story. Hold on. Like what happened with these two women that I know. Well, one of them was like one of my best friends, and the other one's a girl. Actually, I have an interview with her on my channel on this one right here. Mm-hmm. I posted the. Hold on, let me try to help one of my friends. Oh man, I gotta send this shit. So I have two stories. One girl that I did an interview with in Cali. Now I don't know this girl very good, so I'm not gonna say that. But the other girl I know very good. I known her for like almost going on 3 years now. And I was, I had a conversation with both of them. So it was very interesting. It's very, 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 very interesting what happened. So the first girl in Cali, I was supposed to go to Mexico maybe like after summer. I'm not sure the exact dates, but I invited her a while back, and she said, "Yeah, I'll come." And I was like, "That's cool," but I hadn't talked to her in months, right? Like, so I hit her up recently, and she was like, "No, I can't go with you." She started throwing every excuse in the book, and then you know what, dude? I don't like to read people's messages, but I don't give a damn. I'll translate. It's gonna be translated anyways. So let me see where the messages that she said. Hmm. She said, "No, I don't want to go with you. I would have to get to know you very good," and that's fair. That's fair. I don't. That's nothing wrong with that. I have no issue. But I knew there was something behind it. It was just weird that she changed her mind at the last minute. And then I told her, it's like, well, I think with everything that happened with the DJ, they're gonna paint us on the same brush that we're all like that. We're all bad people. And she's like, and then she tells me, you thought correctly. And I want to be honest, a lot of people should stop coming to Colombia and looking for women for sex. And she says, as that's all we're all about. Now, this is why I've always said that Colombians are very hypocrites. And let me finish why I think she's a hypocrite. And many of the girls that I met have been hypocrites because she says that, right? Don't look at us as we're prostitutes. And then you watch the interview with this girl, the last 5 minutes, she says the same thing. I don't like the fact that y'all come over here. So whatever. I agree with her. That's correct. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not digging her for that. I'm digging her for this because a month later, she asked me for $100. And you talk about a woman that's a professional, a woman that's an architect, that has her own car, that has her own apartment. She's not a scrub by any means. She has a brand new car. She has a new phone. She's a professional, right? And she's older. She's not a young girl, but she still looks good for her age. Asking me for $100 for her car note or something. I don't know what it was. I think it was her car note. But the thing is, I don't argue with arrogant people. I don't care which country you're living at. My thing with her was, okay, you're gonna say lend me $100. That's fair. But at the same time, I could tell you, well, the same way you don't like gringos looking at you as prostitutes, we don't like. I believe I could speak for some of the guys on the panel. We don't like for girls to be thinking that we're all like, give you money, like we're free money. Like, do we have signs that say free dinero? Are we walking ATMs? No, we're not. And so the same way that they feel like they're getting judged, they're judging us. So I think the mutual respect is not there from them. Like they're, that's how a lot of them feel. Like, oh, they look at us like this, but at the same time, they're asking you for money. So you want to you want to be able to receive respect, but respect is earned, it's not given. And the fact that they don't respect us and they ask us for money like that, because I guarantee you that girl's not going to ask her friends for money. If I would have told that girl, come over to my apartment and we'll ask all your friends on WhatsApp for $100, she would have said hell no, because she knows she's not going to embarrass herself. So that's the point that I'm trying to get to, guys. Do they really like us? No, because if they really like us, why are you asking me for $100? I just met you like a month ago, and not only that, but you're a professional woman, like. And so, her excuse was like that happened with that DJ, and then I'm not gonna go into too much details, but guess what? This same girl got drugged, and guess who drugged her? Her best friend. She says she has trust issues with us foreigners, and that we're doing this and we're doing that. But guess who drugged her in Cali? Her best friend. There you go. There you have it. Now you know why I think a lot of them are hypocrites. That's my reason. I'm not even gonna argue that with nobody. I just think they're hypocrites. A lot of them. That's hypocritical. Like, how are you gonna say like we're like, oh, put us on the same brush and then agree with it? Yeah, and then be like, oh, my own best friend drugged me. Come on, man. I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're like, I kind of feel like the Colombians and the women like to blame people for their problems and like to blame other aspects of the society for whatever's happening in our life. I think Razor Waves, when they had that video about that woman that does the tours in Cali, she was saying some nasty stuff. If y'all saw the video, she was saying, don't come over here. That's how they feel about us. That's just like, and that's why I find it weird that some of the expats hang around with her. Like, why? Why are you going to be around a girl that says something like that? Like, oh, because you lived there for 3 years, or you're married, or you've been there for a long time, or you have a successful marriage. That's why? Come on. I was like, come on, guys. Like, man, that's lame. I would never be around somebody that says that shit. Going to Medellin in June. Do you recommend a hotel in Barquilleras? Yeah, I think if it's your first time and you want to stay in a safe area, Porvalo will be all right. Right now, it's dangerous everywhere in Colombia, to be honest. But it just depends on your style. Like, if you want to party a lot and you don't want to be taking Ubers, you could stay in Porvalo. I'll recommend it. But you're living long term, I would not stay there. LeBron speaks both languages very well. Let me see. Facts. Women ask for free money. Yeah, but I think it's very like my issue is that, okay, you're gonna ask for money. That's okay with me, even that. But don't ask for me to. Don't say something like they look at us like prostitutes. Because you could go watch the interview with her. She's on the Cali one, and she says it in the last 5 minutes. Like, I don't like the fact that, and that's fair. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not dogging her for that. Everybody on earth should be respected and treated with dignity and respect. But I'm just telling you, like, you're not treating another human being with respect when you're asking them for $100. When you know that you wouldn't do that to your own friends. Like, you wouldn't ask no other local friends that you have for $100. And then her excuse was like, and I showed the audios to some of the guys that are on here. I think she was like, $100 isn't nothing for y'all. It's only 400 mil. Like, that's where I'm saying the arrogance comes from them. And that's why I didn't respond to her messages. I just like erased her number. I was like, I'm good. I wasn't even talking to her anyways, but that's exactly why I don't even fly girls out. I only flown 2 women in my life, and yeah, never again. If I get asked for money, she's gonna get blocked straight up. Yeah, I just, whatever, man. I just erased her. I wanted to tell her some shit, but at the same time, it's like, nah. Jacob's code says, yeah. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? My chocolate brown brother. Where you at right now, bro? Where you at? Where you at? True that. They bring their problems onto you when they need money. Yeah, I just think, but you can't also be like ask for respect and be like, oh, look at us at a certain light when you're asking somebody you barely met a month ago for $100, $20, $50, but $100 is a lot of money for them. That's like 2 weeks work for them. It's equivalent to you asking an American for almost $1,000 or even $15 or $2,000. That's bullshit. So no, I don't think they really like us because if a person really like forget about the woman and really like cares about somebody or just has a mutual respect, a respect for another person, they don't be playing those games. Hold on, I want to ask um some guy.
Yo,
Hey, yo, I sorry I didn't see you in the background.
yeah. I just saw the link and I just thought, it would be cool just be to be here. So, what are you guys preaching about?
So the topic is, do Colombian women really like us? I don't know. What are your thoughts, bro?
Um, okay. Give me 1 second. I need to lower my background. Okay. Um, I just lowered my volume. I think they're really respectful. Um, they're real obedient since you have like these fucking feminists saying about men should all die and shit in the Western, and this is why a lot of men are leaving the country because what's going on. Um, the thing is, they need to be vigilant and move smart because the thing is, you just let's be honest. There's a guy. Look up Ringo TV Passport Bros.
Hmm.
If you're there, barely learning some words, going there to get the box, and you came from the hood, thinking like it's so sweet, you just come from the fucking hood just to get like bitches and shit. Well, think twice because there's consequences going there. Like he was saying about when his passport bros gonna leave and when his passport bros are gonna, move out of the country. So that's my case. So it's like, I mean, like just like the druggings, the scopamine. Like, come on, man. Like you gotta be smart. You gotta avoid things to go. You feel me?
Yeah, but do you think that they really like us though? That's the comment right now. Do you feel like the women over there really care about us or like us in any way, shape, or form?
Um, I don't, I don't got a preference because I haven't been there yet.
Um,
But they're no different than the Western, but they're the opposite.
hmm,
They well, I mean, any they're like really persistent. Not persistent. What's that word? Promiscuous. They're really promiscuous. Most of them. Let's keep it a buck because Colombia's most for its women. It's overpopulated by women.
yeah, it is.
So so that being said, I mean, there's no different of them being just like the Western woman from America because, well, let's keep it a buck. The property is a lower country, and they're like the opposite of Pedagogos. Like
Hmm.
they're the opposite of that. But no, they're no different than Pedagogos because Pedagogos, I mean, so most of them be approached by the American man, but they the ones that prey on the American man, the American tourists. So I mean, they just like no different than you know,
Yeah.
the prostitutes in the streets.
Well, do you plan on going to Colombia anytime soon?
Yeah, March. I live in. I'm not gonna dox or say where I live. I do live in a hood, or you can see block. So I'm gonna stay vigilant and take that mentality wherever I go.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I've been to the hoods in Colombia, bro, and I was like the only like American there.
Mm.
I felt more safer in the hoods and those barrios than I did in Poblado or even Paqueyeres.
Well, it's because like my thing is like it's in the case like maybe if wearing flashy jewelry or
Yeah.
adding designer clothes. I mean, to stay safe, I mean, you gotta look blend. There's nothing wrong being sharpened up, but you gotta blend in. I mean, me personally, I would just wear casual, maybe wear vintage clothes, but I wouldn't wear like Louis Vuittons and shit like that, because that's how you get robbed in those type of countries. So I wouldn't been, I would not be, wearing those type of clothes. I just be wearing like if you would just if you just look blend in and it don't like don't even matter because you're just like everybody else. You're mutual. Everybody else. Everybody's respecting you nicely in those countries. So there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with shopping up and looking very professional. looking professional, really look clean and sharpened.
I'll tell
But
you what, bro. Just please be on alert when you're over there. Watch out for your drink, and
mhm.
if she wants to bring her friend, just be vigilant on that because that's how some bad things could happen.
Yeah, and think I want to be approached. That's another thing. I want to be approached as well. If I did, I'll be like, I will be, how you call it? How you say this? I'm just here, whatever in Spanish. I'm chilling. Here to meet somebody, and the conversation is so well. I gotta leave. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. And I just did that because since like since like in the American urban legends, some serial killers take out people's livers. Um, this is the opposite of that. Getting drugged by women. Whatever, people bringing strangers to your home. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna be like, hey, nice meeting you. Thank you for the topic, and I'm dipping out because that's how I'm gonna end.
All right, man. I'll just tell you this, man. Just please be careful when you get over there. They're very good liars, so don't believe that bullshit they tell you, like me amor, and they're gonna hit you with that. It's very like when you get there. A lot of us go through what we call the honeymoon phase. So you might get there, you're gonna go through it as well. But I think there's enough YouTubers out there that will give you that advice. Like Razor Race puts out great information, and so and even Andre's Love Crossing Borders. And so those guys, you could watch their channels as well, and you could get some great advice from them. So it's all about being safe. I would say stay off of Tinder. It's really dangerous, and not only that, but the
Mhm.
quality of women on
Yeah.
Tinder. I was on it the other day just to like mess around with it. And meeting is garbage. Yes, you see some girls, but some of the girls that I saw there, I know for a fact are just like looking for like free meals and free drinks and stuff like that. So you have to be very careful.
Mm.
I just suggest that you want to go to a place and have fun and it's safe. You could go to La Isla; it's very good. I recommend that. I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah. This is so. I mean, this is is the reason I'm going because sports purposes. That purposes. I'm dropping a couple of weights. I'm going to debut in a wrestling company in Bogota. So I'm gonna be safe. If I'm really gonna go to La Canaderia, I think it's called, or Santa Fe. I'd rather go to daytime because it's more safer, and I'd rather not go to those places overnight because that's how active it gets over there. So
All right,
yeah, pretty much.
all right, bro. I mean, hopefully you have a good time in Colombia, and I'm pretty sure you will. But just be very safe, be very vigilant, and don't get in no strange Uber with no girl that she's calling because I think already 3 people have been kidnapped like that. And normally the girls never pay for their own Uber anyways. You have to pay for it themselves. So that's a red flag right there. That's one thing that you have to watch out for. Make sure you do like you meet up with the girls in the public open space where there's a lot of people.
Hmm.
Um, Remember, there's not a hookup culture in Colombia. I'm not saying it doesn't happen because I've done it and I've seen many Americans done it, but it's not the norm. You understand? And so just
Yeah.
be aware of that too. So she wants to be like, oh, my friend wants to come to your house, and you might think you're winning. Like, nah, like they're winning. So yeah, be careful. Or let's get a place that I don't know if you're gonna get a place that has security. You could tell the doorman or whatever, pay him like give him like $10. It means a
Hmm.
lot to him, and just be like, look, bro, I have these 2 girls. Make sure they don't come out by themselves.
Yeah.
So I recommend you do that. That's the
Yes.
safest thing that you could
Yeah,
do.
because I think I'm gonna live in Curancan, Curamarca, I think it's called, somewhere in Tacadema Hotel. There's a call, so hopefully I get a lot of security from there. So hopefully it goes well.
All
So
right,
yeah,
bro. Thanks for hopping on, bro. And please be very vigilant when you get over there. You've seen all the stories and have your fun, but don't take what they just treat it like corporate America. Just get your money and get out. Do what you have to do. Have your fun. I'm not saying not to enjoy yourself, but don't
yeah,
believe like their stories because they don't make it seem like, oh, I want something serious. And long story short, they know how to lie. And so just like be vigilant. And I'm not saying you cannot meet a good woman. You can. But most professional women won't mess with you if you're going to be there only for a short while. But you might get lucky. You might meet a few. But I would say one of the best places to meet women, I would say, is Aranjuez. Very good place. But you're going to stay in Parado, just stay in Parado. But remember, there's gringo prices over there as well.
okay,
All right,
all
bro.
right.
Appreciate you jumping on the panel, dude.
Thank you. We appreciate it. You take care.
All right, all right. If you want to stay alive, stay away from Baki. Just go a bit further, stay away from Colombia, go to Brazil or the DR. Yeah, you know what? But DR is very. I mean, not DR, but Brazil can be very dangerous as well. If I could be honest, even if you blend in, I'm sure they can tell you, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. La chaparrada is worldwide epidemic. They only love your money. You know what? That's true. That's everywhere in the world, to be honest. But not compared to those two countries. Like it's rare for you to meet like a bunch of women that start asking for random money like in other countries. Like I think that's the problem. Like some guys don't live in multiple countries, so they don't have that experience. They might be somewhere for like a week or 2 weeks, but when you stay somewhere like in Europe or Brazil or Mexico or Puerto Rico, you're not gonna see that shit. Ask anybody that's been there for a while. You're not gonna see those kind of things. Yes, once in a while, I think I've only had like 30% of girls that I met, only one asked me for money. Now, out of the 30 Medellin girls that I met, ask me how many have asked me for money, and I'm gonna say 80%. Like 80% is like what, like almost like 20 something. Yeah. The problem with the Acuerdad Perdido is the chicas are not very good looking for the most. So I understand that, but me, I take personality over a beautiful woman any day, any day.
What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? What's going on? So I'll be the first to ask you because you're very experienced when it comes to Colombia. It's so funny because I've seen other people say like you need to go to other cities like Pereira and Monteselas, but your experience is the same bullshit.
No, I say
Same
50,
day, different problem,
50,
man.
50.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like 50-50. Because like remember I told you my ex-girlfriend was from Armenia, and she was normal, man. But the problem with Colombian women is like they either break down like 70-30. Either 70% are looking for money, or the other 30% are just fucked up in the head. Excuse my language. like, there's really no. I very rarely see like the middle where you get like the best of both.
Yeah,
They're
man.
either crazy or they just want your money. Like,
But it's so funny because I send you the audio messages as that girl, but don't you think it's ironic that the same girls like saying that respect us, don't look at us as prostitutes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anybody should be respected. I'm not dogging her for that, but I'm dogging her because she says something like that, self-righteousness, and then like a week later be like, give me $100. Like, come on. I was like, come on, man. Like, you want me to give you respect when you're not even respecting me. Like, you don't even know me. Like, you saw the message and you're like, oh, I don't know you that well, so I'm not gonna go with you. That's cool. I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
I don't care.
they got a double standard for everything.
Yeah, they do. They do have a double standard. But you know what? I don't know if I showed you the message of that my other homegirl from the body, and she was like, they killed that DJ, so there's bad. To me, now that they have that, it's like they're bullets for their ammunition because now they're gonna use that every time we say like it's out of control, the crime. People are killing each other over there. Oh yeah, but you had an American that came over here, like. Come on, that dude didn't even live there. He wasn't even an expat. He was a guy that went there for like maybe like a weekend warrior that was there for like 2 weeks or something. And that's the norm for them. Like people are not being honest. Instead of saying, you know what, maybe you should stop taking advantage of the gringos because look at what happened. Nah. You see like that guy, that local guy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like why can't you stop and say, you know what, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't join a gang. You could get shot at. Maybe you shouldn't sell drugs. You could go to jail. And shit, maybe you shouldn't go join the mercenary group in Ukraine. You could get your legs blown off. There's consequences for everything that you do in life, bro. Yeah. And one of those is like you're gonna play somebody with their money and their emotions. Guess what?
Yeah, I mean,
not justifying what happened to that.
Absolutely,
because he is a bad person, a bad human being. No person should do something like that. And especially you have a passport, you got money. Guess what? You could go and get another better looking.
Yeah, there's 50 girls waiting for him. Yeah, nobody's justifying what the guy did. But
no. But I'm just saying, like, there's consequences, and people need to be honest with the consequences. If you get drunk behind the wheel, guess what? You kill somebody, you get charged with manslaughter. That's 20 to life. And so there's consequences for that. And everybody, I think, on this panel should know that. I think we're going as adults. We know that. So when we get behind the wheel and we do something dumb, are they going to blame the driver or the victim? And so they're going to blame the driver. Hey, look, you're not going to be like, oh, but he had a good time at the club. He bought everybody bottles and he was buying everybody shots. Come on, it's not so bad. He's a good person. Like, come on, man. Like this, you got to be like, residual about what you do. And I just think the Colombians are like very like hypocrites, bro. I'm sorry, but I had a good conversation with this girl, and it's so funny because she told me, she's like, have you been disappointed with Medellin? And I was like, yeah. And I didn't even ask her. She told me the same thing. Like, look, I didn't even show you what she said, but Let me see. I had a good conference. I had a decent conversation, and she's actually the
Okay,
only few
honest.
people that I still talk to. Um, what did she say? Because I talked to her in the beginning, and she said like, "Yo tengo." She said, "Es que es verdad. Aquí en Medellin son muy víboras, a costillas de los demás." So it means pretty much like, they take advantage of everybody there. Like not the guys didn't understand on this panel that it's not just foreign men that get taken advantage of. Us more easily because we have that US dollar, but also the men there that have money. Because believe it or not, there's Colombians that got money.
Yeah.
You go to Las Chulas on the weekends, the majority of those guys that are in there, 90% are Colombian, and they're popping bottles, $200 bottles. They're spending about $1,000 on the table, believe it or not. And guess what? They're all Colombians. So there's Colombians that got money, and there's Colombians there that I seen that have beautiful girls. So it's not just a foreign thing. I want you guys to understand that, but it's more easier with us because we get the women over there use their beauty for their advantage. They know that it's not like that in the States for us, and so they take that for consideration. And women talk to each other as well. So one girl can be like, "I got $100 from this gringo. Oh, I got an iPhone 14 from this gringo," and so that's how it starts.
Absolutely. That you know what, man? When I used to live in Thailand, there was a group of Thai girls that had a secret Facebook page, and they would send each other's pictures of foreigners to know like which ones to stay away from. And the other thing that these girls do that nobody talks about is like if you go on Tinder, they'll say to you real subtly like, well, I'm looking for a date, but hey, if you also want to teach me English, that'd be great. And then you go out with them, and then they use you for food, and then they want to learn English, and then they're not really interested in you. So they're just trying to get a free meal and a free English conversation lesson.
Yeah, it's true. I have met some good women. Like I took an L because I kind of got like too cocky when I was over there. Like I did meet a good woman when I was there, several good women when I was there. So don't think that I'm saying all the women in Medellin are bad, but I'll tell you guys what I did. I went away from like what I knew, and I started going in Tinder. I got greedy. I wanted to meet more people. No, but I think Tinder was different back then. You could actually meet decent people on Tinder, but I'm talking about the last 2 years has really gone downhill. You don't see many professional women on Tinder anymore like you used to. Like you used to be able to see nurses, teachers, lawyers. You don't see that. Like I was on Tinder the other day for like an hour on Medellin, and it was like nothing, just a bunch of half-naked women on there.
There you go. Fans or whatever.
Yeah.
But even the girls that are professional, man, you never know if a girl's a nurse. She might be the one doing the drugging because she's got access to it.
It's a hard thing. But it just like it's one of those things where the Colombians now all over know what happened with that DJ, and so like I'm pretty sure when the Venezuelans first got there, they didn't like really like have an excuse not to like them. But now that some of them are doing crimes and stuff like that, they have an excuse. And it's the same thing. But what happened with that DJ? Now they have ammunition for their weapons, so they could be like, "Look, you see, I knew they were bad all along."
Yeah, that's the xenophobia, man. Because it's like we talked about this. Remember, like they don't give a crap about the Colombians beating the crap out of their Colombian girlfriends.
No, they don't.
But as soon as a foreigner does something horrible, oh my god, it's the hypocrites.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I was supposed to fly that girl out. I thought she was cool. She's a professional woman, architect, has her own brand new car because she was an Uber driver. She picked me up, so brand new car. And she's only known 2 foreigners in her life, me and another guy that was actually a YouTuber too that did an interview with her as well. And so she doesn't have no experience with foreigners, but you saw how she said like, yeah, like she was pretty much being nice, but deep down inside, she wanted to say like we're disgusting. That's what she was really thinking, bro. I think deep down inside, she was just thinking like y'all are trash, but she doesn't want to say it. Yeah, bro. That's why I named the title. Do they really like us? Like, no, they don't. Because if you ever pissed off, and anybody here has pissed off a Colombian girl, the first thing they tell you is get the hell out of my country. Bro, Mexicans don't do that, bro. I had people straight up tell me to my face, like, fuck Mexico, and I never get offended because I understand somebody might have got hustled by a police officer, drugged, or women took advantage. I've had people like, and I seen it with my 2 eyes because this happened to me as well. And I got jumped in Mexico, so I know how Mexico can be crazy as well. And so I understand not everybody likes it, but most people do like it, I would say. But I don't get offended. I understand, like, hey, you know what? Go where you're treated the best. And Mexico didn't treat you the best. Go to Costa Rica, go to Panama. Alaska, go to fucking Antarctica, whatever you feel like is gonna be your happy place, your place of peace. Your
Yeah.
peace doesn't have a dollar mark. Wherever you feel happy, that's where you should live.
Yeah, it's like we talked about today earlier. Like, if you visit 10 countries, you might only like two of them,
Yeah,
and you
for
might
sure.
only live in one. So you just got to find what works for you. And I also think that the Colombians are in denial a little bit about their history. They don't want to admit that most of the time people come to the country for either Pablo Escobar or for the women. They don't like to admit that, I think.
Yeah, I understand that, but that Pablo Escobar culture is still in the barrios, so I don't know why they get mad about.
It's
Where
denial,
was
but
and that video that West did, where that taxi driver, he was like, even when it comes to the family, like if an aunt likes you, it's because you're helping her out or giving her money.
well, the thing about Colombian girls, man, is like if you piss them off, they'll end up, calling up one of their f buddies up and screwing that dude for, then telling you later on. So you're on a short leash with them, and that's the thing about Colombian girls, man, is they love drama, man. They love pushing your buttons. They like getting in your face. They like testing you as a man. They're always trying to find a way to like want you to prove themselves. Like they
Yeah.
want to feel like you're masculine, and it's like, okay, I'm a man, but I can't do that every single day, like trying to test me. It's like, can we just have some peace?
Yeah,
It's like
they
some of
are,
them are
bro.
that.
That's why I want guys to understand how beautiful a girl is. And that doesn't come up. There's some guy out there in the world that's sick of her shit,
Exactly.
bro. Like I met this one girl she was really down to earth and like
Yeah.
I Medellin, but man, I remember she saw me. The taxi driver happened. Well, I lied to her, but we both lied to each other. She's like, "Oh, I'm in my house watching Netflix," and I was like, "Yeah, me too." And then I just came from the strip club with like 3 girls, and so I came out with 3 girls, and the taxi driver dropped me right in front of her, but I didn't see her at first, so I get off, and this is like by the 60, so we're getting off and like getting food or whatever, looking for food, and so the bench is like right there, and she see me, and when I saw her that she was with a guy. Now
Yeah.
I don't know if that's her boyfriend, and I was not gonna go up to her and then start because that's gonna start a fight, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I just like my hood mentality said, you know what, fuck this, I'm not gonna tell her nothing. And then, bro, oh my god, that happened to be her brother, and she was just like crying, like leaving me like 2 or 3 minute audio messages, like come on and say hi to her, and she's like, and it was just like you lied to me, you say you're at, and I was like, you lied to me. Well, she told me she was at the club, but then she had told me she had just left, but she didn't leave, she was still there. And so it was just like messages after messages, and I was like, damn, dude, like,
Man.
and it's so funny because like, and then she hit me up like, well, we stopped talking, and then when I was in Europe, she hit me up. She's like, are you still mad at me? Like, can after not hearing from her for 4 months, though. Oh man, you know what? I invited what's his name, Mark, on here, but he didn't get on. But he was telling me the story about some Venezuelan girl he went out with too. Like he didn't talk to this girl for a whole year, and he was telling me like she was asking me she wants to be, and I know this girl too. I tried to holler at this girl before I met this dude, but I didn't know he had something with her. And like, thank God she like blew me off because I found out she was crazy, and I seen the messages. So I'm like, dude, I dodged the bullet.
Whoa.
But yeah, but that guy or the girl's like, yeah, I want you to be my boyfriend. Is like, bro, I haven't even talked to you in a year. Like, what do you mean? And she's bad, dude. Like, I used to see her in La Cententa because she used to sell jewelry, and she's thick. She's a, when you think of Venezuela thick girl, she's that perfect body, beautiful face.
Yeah.
I tried it, and she told me no. Like, no, I'm not interested. So I was like, all right. But I get prompts to my boy and shit, but he still got a Section 8 girl. He was showing me the messages, and she's like, oh, yeah, you want to be with me? But I was like, and then he was telling me that later on she asked him for money.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Colombian girls, man. They're really sensitive. Like you have to be careful what you say to them because if you joke with them the wrong way, they'll never forgive you. Like they'll never forget that. Like, I mean, you could say like all women like that to a certain degree, but I notice Colombian women, if you go over that boundary one time with them, they'll never let it go. So it's like you got to be really, really measured in what you say to them. And the other thing I've learned about them too is they'll disappear for like 3 days, man. Like you'll be messaging them, and they'll be like, you'll hit them back, and you'll be waiting like, where'd she go? She'll message you 3 days later. Oh, I lost my job. I'm sorry. I've been really busy. You'd be like, what the fuck?
Now, but to be honest with you, the people over there really are busy. Like, especially you're dating a girl from the university and going to work. To be honest, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you do get a good girl, you're not gonna see her. She's gonna be busy. You're gonna see her twice a month, and like, you're gonna be laying in your apartment building, bored, watching Netflix, hoping that you might see her every 2 weeks.
if you're lucky, or if she has the day off, she goes to her friend's baby shower, and you don't even like hear from her.
Yeah. The guy, Chocolate Brown Brother wrote, I really don't see the attractiveness with Colombian women. I prefer Dominican and Puerto Rican women. They're very curvy. Yeah, bro. Me too. I like my women curvy. You know what? But Cali women are very thick, and the East Coast women are very curvy, bro.
Yeah.
Many women are very skinny, and the same thing with the Bogota. But if you go to like Barranquilla, you go to Cali and Santa Marta, Cartagena, you see a lot of curvy women over there. They have that afro in them, and you could tell as soon as you start walking. I went out with this one. I went out with two curvy girls from Cali. Very good.
I like Cali girls. They're cool.
Yeah, yeah. See, don't understand. Let me see. Let me see the comments. Oh yeah. Let me see. All right. So, what other question would I ask? So the question is, do they really like us? Were your heart at heart? No.
You're talking about like the girls and their
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah. The girls don't matter. Just the overall women. Don't matter what city. Like just general.
Well, like I said, the best experience I had was Armenia, but she was a special breed because she actually had a job. I think that the women who actually work 6 days a week and actually work hard and keep their house clean and are responsible are the kind of women that you could probably date. But like I told you earlier, man, even if you find that kind of girl, they don't know how to be stable, and I think it's because they don't have good relationships with their father. So it's like you
80%
gotta,
single mothers.
yeah, you gotta pick your poison. Like you either give the girl that's just you're using for money, she's using you for money, using her for sex, or you gotta give the girl that's more stable, but she's not capable of being a real girlfriend or wife unless you can handle the culture. Like the thing I've learned about traveling is if you can't live in the country's culture and you can't accept their culture, you'll never live in the country or be a part of it. And Colombian culture, it's not easy to understand and easy to deal with. And the thing that would drive me crazy, man, check this out. My ex, I would buy her something, and then she would take it like some food, and she would give it to all of her friends.
Hmm.
I'm like, it's for me and you. So like their
Oh
culture is
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
about
That's true.
sharing, and it's like, but this between me and you. Like Americans, we don't do that, and they just have a totally different perspective on it, man.
Yeah, you know what? Life with David did a video about that the other day, and he said like when he had a banana, a girl he saw like split the banana and give it to like four different people. I thought that was crazy. And you know what
Yeah.
that happened to me? I went to go bowling with two girls, and like I remember I got an ice cream, and I didn't give
No.
the girl an ice cream, but I brought her a gift from Brazil. I remember I brought her like two pairs of shorts, and she's just a friend,
Okay.
and I thought she was a cool chick, and that still didn't mean a damn, dude. Like she was just like. And then, like, it took her a while to complain. I'm not gonna lie, she didn't
Mm.
complain a while, but I think like a month later she made the complaint. Like, no me gustó que garates una. And I was like, bro, I got a pizza for them. It's not like I let them starve. Like we were
Yeah.
bowling, and I got them pizza and a soda. So it's not like like I just like I was eating in front of them and stuff like that. I ordered them a pizza, but
Yeah.
that ice cream that I didn't buy them another ice cream, bro. That was the straw that
Yeah.
broke the camel's back. From like that's what I'm telling you. Like that's why they're so like that. Like you could take the girl bowling to go karts to the movie, buy bottles, but you eat an ice cream, a McDonald's ice cream in front of that girl, and all that stuff that you did goes to shit. I'm telling you, like,
Exactly.
make the
It's
complaint like a
one
month
thing.
later. And I
It's
didn't know that. I I was living there for a long time, and I didn't even know that about. I learned things every day. And also another thing that they get mad about is the car slamming. Like you have to do like
yeah.
this, like
Yeah, they don't like that either. That's the thing, man. Like there's so many things you gotta learn on the fly. If you're not ready for it, the relationship just gets weird. And then also if you can't speak Spanish at a very advanced level, you can't have like intricate, deep conversations with her. You can't
mm,
have like a pillow talk with her.
mm,
You really can't get deep with her unless you really know Spanish, I think. And the thing about Colombians, man, is I think it's different for you because you were in Mexico. When I'm American, I'm more Americanized. So when I go to Mexico, I can speak Spanish and they understand me. But when I go to Colombia, man, they be looking at me like I'm a fool, man. The way Colombians speak Spanish is a little bit different. So sometimes I'll talk to the girl on a date and she'll be like, "Como? ¿Qué?" Like I'm not saying it with the correct tone and the correct voice. So it's like the communication part makes it more complicated too. And that's a big part of it too, man. Nobody talks about that, bro, but it's legit, man. It's so many
yeah.
things, man. It's so many things.
Techno Stone, the traveler, says that's the problem I have with some in a different country. How are you going to tell me $100 isn't a lot of money in the States? Yeah, that's what that girl told me. You saw the audio, like, it's not a lot of money. But then, like, a week later, like, actually, she in the interview, she says it herself. I don't like the fact that y'all come over here. Fair. That's true. A lot of dudes do that shit. I'm not going to say that she's lying. But, to get respect, you also have to give respect to another person. Like, you can't be asking random people for money. And then, like, what makes you so angry is that she doesn't even like us. Like, you saw the way that she was talking. Like, when I got the conversation, a few of my friends saw it. And one of my boys was like, bro, like, she's so angry. For why she's so angry? And she like, and I was like, I don't know. I haven't even talked to her in 3 months. So I know I didn't piss her off. And then it came out, and I knew it was because of the DJ. My gut instinct told me it's the DJ. And then I brought it up, but I brought it up a little bit like so I could just see. I think something with the DJ, and she's like, "Yes, you're right."
No,
you're right. I was like, "That's fair, whatever." But at the same time, their own men are killing them. I think Razor Ray said that a month ago they killed 4. And actually, I was talking to him today. Shout out to Razor Rays, and he was telling me that they killed another girl like 3 days ago in Medellin.
Wow. But yeah, man, that's the thing that I just thought about this to answer your question more specifically. I know a guy who's living in Colombia for 7 years, and he told me that whenever he goes to Pereira, that the girls don't ask him for money. I don't really believe him, but he said that was the one city that he would go to, and they would be like, just give me some taxi money, and then he would just have fun with them. So that's the only place that I know of that he said they didn't ask him for money, but he might not be being honest with me.
Yeah, I don't know, bro, but it's weird because, like, in other countries, the women that are poor sometimes pay for their own, like, transportation. Like, I had a girl in Brazil pay for my transport. She invited me to the club, like, in the barrio over there in Brazil. And I kind of felt like I never get sketched out because I've been in the barrios in Colombia. But when I was in Brazil, I was a little bit worried. I was like, it wasn't the favela, but it was like around, I think it's called Santa Teresa or something like that, if I'm correct. But it's not a favela, but it's still, like, not that safe neighborhood. And so I was just like looking around, and I was like, "This is not what a smart person would do." So I'm, because there's beautiful women, but I know that men could be, and I know for a fact, you think Colombian men are jealous, bro? Brazilian men could be some talking dudes, bro. Like, if you're with a girl in Brazil, bro, like, man, those dudes will like test you. But anyway, so I tell you, like, I left because I didn't feel safe. The girl took off and she was taking a long time. I'm not gonna wait for this, bro. I'm not even smashing her, so I don't care. And she was a bad girl too. And then I went back to Copacabana because that's where I was staying at my apartment. She's like, "Nah, come back. I'll pay for it." And I was like, "I'm not gonna come back unless you pay for my Uber." So I thought she was gonna say no, because I'm got used to the Colombian shit. And I was like, "No." She's like, "I'll pay for it." And I'll get the bucket of beer. And I was like, when she said the bucket of beer, it's like, all right, go for it. So I just went, and I stayed up till like 6 a.m. with that girl. She made out with like 3 different guys that night, by the way.
Oh,
that's why I don't kiss the Brazilian girls anymore, bro.
Yeah, they do it freely, right?
Yeah, I saw a YouTuber like making out with this one girl on his channel. I'm not gonna say his name, but I was like, bro, you're not winning, bro. That girl probably kissed like 3 other guys, bro.
Well, that's what they do in Carnival, right? They just kiss. It's like,
and no, it's a general thing. Like, even when you go to the restaurants, people are making out. Like, it's just like affection is very big, and in Brazil, like, it's not seen as taboo. Like, in other countries, you don't see people making out in a subway station or a restaurant. Maybe in the
I did see it in Mexico City. I saw it in Mexico City, but I know what you're saying.
No, yeah, but it's not the norm, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not the norm, and you definitely don't see not even Latinas make out with like 3 different guys in one night. So I've never seen that.
I never saw it.
Yeah, but Mexican women are genuine. Most Colombian women are gold diggers. Yeah, I would suggest with that. Yeah, they never had a Mexican woman ask me for money, if I could be honest. Not one Mexican woman has asked me for money. 8 out of 10 Colombian women asked me for money. But it was never like that. When I went to Colombia, I never met those type of women, though, like a few years ago. And I don't know, maybe it's because of COVID and the recession and the inflation, because they're going through a tough time as well. And they're just like in survival mode. Or maybe it's because their friends talk, because women do talk between each other. And so all it takes is for one woman to say, I have a gringo that bought me an iPhone 14 and paid for my rent for 3 months. And that's all it takes. And so girls gonna be like, you know what? I don't have to work, 60 hours a week. I could just go smash a gringo and get a brand new phone, get a laptop, get brand new bed sheets, hell, even get a new bed or even a new apartment. And I'm good.
I don't know, man. See, I'm gonna tell you something. There's this guy I know. He comes to Colombia every like 6 weeks, and he just smashes prepagos, okay? And he told me that he knew this girl that he was with. He would give her $400 a month. And even though he supported her, she still broke up with him and cheated on him, even though he was giving her $400 a month. So some of these girls, I don't even think they're like, I hate to say this, but intelligent, man. Like, he was literally paying for her life, man, and she still broke up with him and cheated on him.
Yeah, bro. Like I stopped talking to the expats as well because they're just lame ass dudes. Like I don't know. I showed you the audio of that guy that's been living there in Medellin. Like his friend got robbed, and he was trying to chase after the girl. And so he lives in Poblado, and he lives like up the hill. Y'all ever been to Poblado? Y'all should know it's up the hill. So he's wearing flip flops, drunk as hell, and his boy falls down, and some Colombian girl snatches his fucking cell phone, takes off running, and his boy's like trying to like chase after him, and he's like, I didn't show you the picture, but he cut himself all right here and his knee, bro, like really bad, bro, like a big gash, because he fell, and he's a big boy too, bro, like at least 250, and so he fell down that hill and went rolling. He was telling, he's like, oh man, I got so messed up. But that guy, they took about $20K from his bank account. Some chick was able to hack into his cell phone and took $5,000. That's what I'm telling you. Like those guys, bro, they could have their mama get killed and they'll still stay in Medellin, bro. I'm done with the expats, bro. I'm sorry to be so graphic and so messed up because that's not right, bringing up somebody's mama. But I'm just being like, I'm honestly believe that they could see somebody that they love for get murdered and they'll still be like, it's not that bad.
You know what, man? That's absolutely true. And the thing is, like, to that comment, when I was one time I was implied to Carmen, and I was with this Colombian girl, and she came to my room, and she was getting ready to leave, man. And you know what she said to me, man? She's like, "Can I have these pillows?" I'm like, "This is an Airbnb. This ain't even my apartment." I'm like, a Mexican girl would never ask me to, "Can I take your pillows?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, did I show you the? I was on Tinder in Guadalajara. I never got no matches in Guadalajara, unfortunately, but. I think I might have sent it to him. I might have sent it to LeBron. I think I sent it to him, the Puerto Rican. But the girl was Colombian, and she wrote, "Not interested in cheap, man. If you're cheap, swipe left." And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
That mindset, man. That mindset they have.
And I was just like, wow. Like, and I was like, man, thank God that I don't run into her in my country, because like I tolerate your bullshit in your country, but you got me messed up. That you tell me in my country you're gonna get slapped. I'm not gonna hit a woman. You're gonna get slapped with some knowledge. I'm like, bro, I don't play that shit here, bro.
Man, you are so right.
Men are bad, bro. Like over there, they'll kill you and nothing. Like the police are all bought and paid for. You mess with the wrong guy over there, bro. They police are gonna do shit. Don't think they're gonna extradite him back to Colombia. I promise you, they're not. No, don't play that shit in Mexico, Papi. And shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, y'all come over here with that mentality that we could hustle these guys, bro. You hustle the wrong guy in Mexico, bro. Come back in a box. That's the only thing you're gonna get. Keep it real with y'all, man. The Mexicans don't play that shit, man.
You know what, man? You know what? Well, I learned that from the Thai people too. That was their attitude towards us. Like, if you don't like it, leave our country. And the thing I'm gonna say this because we're both Americans. When those people come to our country, I'm like, you guys taught me how to be like that. Now I'm gonna be like that with you. Because now you're in my country.
Yeah, because they're like that. They tell you, like, get the hell out. Like, I posted the video of the taxi driver on my WhatsApp, so I wanted to see if I would get responses from the girls, and I did. This is a Colombian talking, not a foreigner, saying that, you know, the Bikes are very interested women. They have that Pablo Escobar culture in them of getting to the money. They lost their values. They're not valuable people compared to the rest of Colombians. And the girl that responded was a Venezuelan that lives in Medellin. And I later on found out her friends are prostitutes, so that's why she felt some type of way. Like, so you live here. What do you live here for? And then I wanted to tell her, but I was like, bro, they don't even like you. I should tell you why you in Colombia, bro. Like, they don't even like Venezuelans, bro.
They're racist, man.
I just started laughing, bro. And then she was like, you talk bad about the women. How am I talking bad? It's not even me talking. It's a guy that lives here, like telling the foreigners the truth. But they're pissed off that they don't want the knowledge to go out there. That you don't have to put up with their bullshit, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you talk to a Colombian girl, like, and you start getting her feel comfortable, she'll be like, those effing Venezuelans, like, their racism will come out to the light so fast, man.
Where in Cali, Colombia is it good to stay, man? You know what? I stayed by the Central the first time, then I stayed a little bit. I think where I stayed at was by Calle Man, I don't know. I think it's Calle 55. I don't remember the street, but it's the street where all the bars are at in Cali. There's like a strip of like clubs and bars, and I stay like 1 block away from there. Bro, you guys are delusional if you think these girls are giving up the pussy because of your personality. Bro, go to Brazil, right? Go to Brazil.
He's right.
Go to Brazil, bro. Go to Brazil. They love foreign men there.
Hey, you know what?
Give it up just because you're a foreigner, bro. Like, I should be
saying that. Yulis, tell me, ask that dude if he thinks, because we talked about this before. You know how when we go in Passport Bros group, we're both part of that group, and we've seen dudes post pictures. How many of those guys are actually getting those girls without money? That's what I would like to know. What guys think?
Yeah, okay, Ryan T. I'll ask you that question. How many of those guys do you think are getting them without without having to pay for it. Because I think at least half of them are, because I don't know. That's just my opinion. Yeah, you can get women for personalities, bro. You really can. But you have to realize that when a culture is based on money, and there's some countries that are like that. A lot of countries, every continent has its Colombia and DR, believe it or not. Yeah. Nigeria is known for having those type of women. Ukraine is known for having those type of women, bro. Yeah. Thailand is known for having those type of women. So every continent in the world has a Medellin and Colombia, bro. Just y'all know that. A lot of guys will say like, Ukrainian women are beautiful, bro. Talk to guys that have lived in Europe. They stay away from those girls completely because European guys could get girls that have money over there, that have their own cars, they're independent. They don't have to deal with that bullshit. And so they don't mess with those girls over there. Actually, the only guys that are messing with Ukrainians are like the Middle Eastern guys and guys from that side. Yeah. But most European men like will tell you like stay away from them. I had one of my boys tell me that he hated kids. He's like, bro, you see the girls at the park just sitting down there waiting for a foreigner to get there so they could talk to them.
They be sitting there reading the book in their little dress, trying to look cute.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know if y'all know that, guys. Like Ukrainian women are definitely known for that as well. I shouldn't say Ukrainian women. I should say some are known for that. Yeah. Go to Guadalajara. I'm getting married to a woman from Guadalajara. She's a legit 8 or 9. Women from Guadalajara are beautiful. Yeah, bro. I'm glad that you went over there. I've always said that Guadalajara has the best looking women. Even some of them can compare to like the Paisas as far as beautiful. There's a lot of middle class women over there in Guadalajara. Yeah. It has similar vibes to Medellin. Even the Mexicans that live there that have gone to Medellin will tell you like it's like almost the same vibe. Cultures obviously different, but the weather is almost the same. Nice. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's a good place. Doesn't rain.
Light skin Mexicans out there, I think.
Yeah, where dark skin. And Guadalajara is light skin Mexicans.
Yeah, light skin. Yeah,
light skin Mexicans. Yeah, they have a light. It's kind of like Medellin has the white people.
More European Spanish blood.
Bro, they ain't giving you the pussy because you're national. I don't know, bro. I was like, if you've gone to like some of these countries, do like, some girls do give it up. You give it up no matter where you're at. Yeah, well, I don't know, bro. Sometimes it can be true, and then sometimes it can because I seen guys get laid all the time, especially when I was in Europe.
That's true.
All the time, bro. There's definitely a one-night culture over there in Europe. So
50-50. I think like 50% of the passport bros are like just really good with women, and then I think the other 50 it's like money, in my opinion.
Do you think there's a chance Colombian would change, or there would always be hustling foreign men? Should they be written off for a while? I think they should be rated off indefinitely, bro. Like I don't think like because the word's out now, and not only that, but even if you met a good woman because of what happened with the DJ, it might die down. The DJ thing, give it like a year, or just give it like 6 months. But I think that's gonna be in back of their mind, like the professional women, especially the women that are just like not like the outgoing type that are about their business. They're gonna like think about what happened to that girl. And so, like, this girl that's an architect was, like, straight up, like, not telling me directly, but indirectly was saying, like, I don't trust y'all. And she went
go ahead, man. But they're kind of full of crap, though. Let me tell you why, though, man. The professional Colombian women will have that higher-than-I attitude. But believe me, bro, those women are sleeping to get their way up in the company. Because that Colombian culture does not change. Like, those women that are beautiful that you see on TV, they didn't get there by just because they're beautiful. They got there by sleeping with people, man.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro. I mean, I don't know. I haven't met too many professional women in Colombia, but the few that I met have been cool. I mean, but that was the only one that I've ever met that I have an issue with. And I never have issue with professional women. But I don't know. She kind of like, I kind of got the attitude from her. Like, she was kind of like being like, I asked her like, oh, do you want to go to Mexico? She's like, I'm kind of too busy now. And like, I have I have this job I'm not doing Uber anymore. And like, I kind of got this attitude where she's just like thumping her chest. But I remember when I met her, she was crying about $100, talking about my rent's due, my car's due. And I'm going to go ahead and say she probably screwed some dude that gave her some money because she said she didn't have no money. So all of a sudden, she's back on her feet just like that in 3 months. And especially in a Latin country in Cali, like you're going to get back on your feet in 3 months when you're only making about $200 a month or $300 a month. I was like, so I don't know, dude. Like maybe she got some local guy to give her some money. But she's interested because I remember her telling me that she was like, she dated some foreign guy from Latin America, not an American, but I think it was from South America. for a few years, and like I don't know what happened to. But
well, sometimes the girls they'll date guys in the Bahamas because maybe they got more money. But have you ever noticed, man? Every country that I'm curious what you think about this because this happened to me in Thailand. Almost every country we go to, the women will all say the same thing. I'm tired of my local man. They're bad. I want foreign
yeah,
men.
bro, they do say that. They do say that, bro. I met this girl in Dominican Republic on Tinder the other day, and she's like, "Yeah, I just don't want a local man." And like, so I told her, "Well, I like to go to Santana barbershop." She's like, "No, my man can't go to Santana barbershop." And then she's so weird because like she's like desperate, telling me that she wants a relationship. And then she just like video calls me one day, and I was like, "Oh, I saw that you liked one of the girls' pictures from Santana Barbershop." And she's like, "Ah," and then she's like, "That's my cousin." And I was like, "Oh, really? So you're gonna introduce me?" And she got so mad, like she hanged up on the. This is a girl that was texting me for like 2 weeks straight. Hasn't texted me in 4 days, bro. So you tell me, man. Like, all I said, because she said that's my cousin. I knew she was lying. I was like, "This bullshit." And I said, "Also, you're gonna introduce me, but just playing around, And she just like hanged up right away. Blah! And hasn't messaged me since. I was like, whatever, bro.
Damn.
Whatever, man. Mexican and Brazilian women love foreigners. You just have to pay. You don't have to pay at all. Just get in the Tinder and Bubble and you'll get clean up. You know what, bro? I didn't have luck on Tinder, bro. So I'm glad that you had luck because I was on Tinder in Guadalajara the other day. I think I got like one match and I didn't get nothing.
You know what? Like when I was in Mexico City, this girl I took out, she did pay for her food. She was crazy, but she paid for her food. I'll give her that. So I think there's some truth to that. I think there is.
Yeah, pull up, bro. You can pull up, man. Hey. But you know what I like about Brazilian women more? They value their independence. Like a Brazilian girl, even if she's like 22, will have her own apartment studio. She's not gonna have a lot. Like she'll have like a bed and not even a TV in most cases. I've been to their houses and sometimes they don't even have a TV. But they like to be independent. That's what I admire about not to shit on Colombian or anybody, but what I admire about the Brazilian women is that they love their independence.
They do. They'll be hairdressers. They'll work 10 hours a day, but they'll have their own little pot and pan, their own little bed, and they're proud of it.
They love their independence, and they really do. They know how to like be very like affectionate. Like I told one of my boys I was in. Well, I know a couple that were Colombia, and then they went to Brazil. And my boy that went to Brazil and Rio, he said that he'll never go back to Colombia again. It's like now almost every girl that I met tried to take advantage of me. I've had girls invite me to their house, cook and clean for me. He actually got his retirement visa in Brazil. He's been there for 2 years now. And I kind of feel good that I told him to go because he was living in Colombia and a bunch of bad shit was happening to him. Like in 1 week, he lost his cell phone twice. Like he passed out drunk on the floor. And I was like, damn, dude, you're crazy. But twice in 1 week, he lost 2 cell phones and shit like an idiot. But now he's with a lawyer. He was with a professional woman. He's happy. He's traveling with her. The man. But I feel like if I could make somebody like that happy and be in a happy relationship and go to Brazil and have like, a happy life, that to me means more to me than anything that YouTube could ever pay me or anybody can pay me. Because I see the happiness on his IG. I see that he got his retirement visa. And bro, that's all it's all about, man. Just finding the happy place. And it doesn't have to be Brazil. It could be in Antarctica if that's what you like. But it's all about, having to like, be somewhere where your peace is, the most important thing.
Absolutely. I agree 100%, bro.
Let me see. I don't know, bro. Like, I'll tell you something, Ryan T. Like, unless you've been to those countries like Brazil, I've never had a Brazilian woman ask me for shit, bro. And I've stayed at their apartments. I stayed at my ex-girlfriend's apartment for like a whole month. And so my personal experience has been like, really, really solid with the Brazilian women. I never really had any issues with them. Yeah, everybody, I agree, Eric C. Everybody's experience is different, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I had one ex from Mexico who did try to get money from me. So I've had good ones and bad ones. So I think it just depends.
Oh man, it's probably your photos. You know what? Somebody the other day told me that I should take professional photos. And you know what? I thought about being an asshole and just taking pictures like dressed like as a doctor. Like I'm taking pictures in front of Ferrari. Like, man, dude, I thought about dressing like some people do front, but you know what? Girls front as well, though. Yeah. They front as well. You got all this how they really look in real life, man. Yeah. Like
take a picture in front of Ferrari, man, like this, like just pretend like you got all that money.
Oh my god, but man, I'm not gonna do that because then you're gonna have a girl that really wants you to take her to a fancy place. You're gonna be able to tell that girl, "Let's go to some tacos." You're like, "Nah, I want to get some steak, bro." That's not gonna play, bro. That's not gonna play. I'm dropping the link right there. I think what's his name? One again. Andres, what's going on, papi? What's going on? ¿Cómo serás, mi papá? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, güey? ¿Cómo estás las mujeres allá en Cali?
Wow. Yeah.
Andres, what's going on? I met this guy like this year in Cali, bro. He was just telling me all the bullshit that happens over there too. I was like, yeah, man, like and this guy's man, that's what I'm telling you, like, not to put his business out there, but if Colombian guys are having a hard time, bro, you think you as a foreigner, you're gonna go over there and start like
that puts things in perspective.
I saw an argument. I see the argument all the time on the passport bros, like, but I saw a guy say, nah, go to Colombia instead of DR. And one guy's like, nah, they're drugging people, I'm good. And another guy, nah, like I have a lot of numbers, but I'm just like, bro, like, let's keep it real, bro. Like, if you really get to deep down know those people, they really don't even like you, bro. Like, that's why I'm named the title. Do you really? Ulysses, see my video from Cartagena. Had fun, bro. Ulysses, see my video. Oh man. Oh well, I've been to Cartagena a few times. That's where I got my cell phone stuff. But hey, bro, I dropped the link if you want to jump in and say some words, bro, because I know like you wanted to say something. Cali women still being gold diggers, same thing. You know what? A lot of people had told me that Cali women were different, but I think they're a little bit more better than Medellin girls because they play the long game a lot better than the paisas. I knew this one girl from Cali for a whole year. I went out in the beginning of the year. I went to her house and she cooked for me. And I only went one time with her and we ate dinner. We didn't like she doesn't drink alcohol, so that was a plus for me. And so she was cool. She's down to earth. And then she came to my apartment, watched Netflix, and then like I came back from Europe and I went to go see her in Cali, and she was telling me she wanted something serious, and I was like, maybe I give her a chance. She's a hardworking, she doesn't go out, she chills at home, whatever. But then like I went out with her. She brought her sister the first time, and I didn't have no issue with it because she used to make me food at her house. So I was like, I'm not going to be like that with her. She takes care of me. And then the second time I went out with her, just me and her, she got like a burger for her sister. Her sister, by the way, is pregnant and has a boyfriend, right? And I told her not to do that again. I was like, nah, we're not going to play that game again. And guess what? Blocked me. Blocked me on WhatsApp the next day. I was like, damn, I couldn't see her picture, couldn't see her statuses. And I messaged her on IG, like, what's up? Why did you block me? It's like, bah, 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 bah. She's like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I love my sister. And like, I have to take care of her. I was like, bro, she has a boyfriend. That's his job. And she's pregnant. I was like, bro, that's my responsibility, bro. Like, come on.
That's the sharing thing, man. Like that's the sharing thing.
No, but that sharing shit doesn't apply for taking a girl out to dinner. That's bullshit.
yeah, but I hate that, man. I don't like that part of the culture at all.
In Medellin, they drug you. In Cali, they fake be in love with you and take your money. Well, this girl didn't get no money, but she did get like a free burger for her sister.
I think he's right. I think Andres is right. I think he's right about the law game. Because they'll sit there and be like, oh, more. I want visa because I love you so much. The Medellin girls, they just want the 50,000 pesos right up front.
Yeah. Like I said, I knew this girl from Cali for a whole year, and she never asked me for money or nothing like that. So I'm not going to say I trusted her, but I just didn't think, like, after a year, I figured that she was okay to be around. But a lot of these girls get ruined, though, too, because I met a girl from Cartagena that was dope. I went out with her a few times, and, like, I started to see her stories. She went from going out once a month to going out almost like 3 times a week. She started meeting gringos and like they started getting into that lifestyle. And so she became addicted to it. So I stopped talking to her, I just saw that. And actually she saw my video of Santana Barbershop and she left a comment. She's like, genial, which I didn't even talk to her too much. That's why I tell you they're crazy, bro. All Latin women are crazy, to be fair. Forget about Colombia. But I don't talk to this girl for 2 months. She sees a video of 5 girls twerking on me, and she tells me genial, which means great in English. And I'm like, what do you care? You haven't even messaged me in 2 months, and you're going out with gringos all the time. I didn't even respond, bro. I didn't. I just erased her number, and I never heard from her again. But yeah, dude, that's, oh my God.
Once they get, like, once you see them on Instagram with a new phone, you're like, you don't got a job. How'd you get that?
Yeah, no, I saw her, like, maybe she got a new phone, but I couldn't tell. But I could see, like, her lifestyle dramatically changed in the last 3 months since I knew her. Like, she went from going out once in a while to going out, like, 3 times a week and going out to fancy restaurants, 5-star restaurants, nice hotels. So I knew she was around gringos because she never pointed the that's what another guy is. You got to realize, if you're with a girl and she only takes pictures of the food and the beach, like that, bro, you're not the one, bro.
Yeah,
Because of
exactly.
the girl, like that's the thing. When I had my ex Brazilian girlfriend, she used to take pictures of me all the time and post it on her WhatsApp or Facebook. And the same thing with some of the other Latin women that I met that really liked me and stuff. But I kind of feel like that's how some of the girls are. The Dominican and the Venezuelan and the Colombian women tend to do that a lot. They'll take pictures of the food.
Yeah.
And they get to travel a lot. There's a lot of guys that are simping. Like I've met girls, and then like I was talking to this girl in Venezuela that lives in Caracas, and she deleted her Tinder, and I was like, "Why did you delete it?" And she's cool. She doesn't even drink, and she's like, actually, she wrote on her bio, "I'm not interested in your money. I don't care to go out and get drunk with you. I have my own money." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? I could fuck with this, you know. And so I actually talked to her. And she's a cool, down to earth girl. She sells cars or whatever in Caracas. And she was telling me like all the Americans were hitting her up, but I thought it was weird that Americans are going to Tinder and swiping in Caracas when they're never gonna go there. Now me, I was planning to go to Venezuela this year for like a week and a half, so that's why I was like maybe I could meet somebody over there. But then I was like I don't know, might be a little bit dangerous. So I was like on the fence about it, but that's my excuse, you know. And
I can talk to you about it because I know a guy who went down there, man.
But I thought it was weird that all these Americans are going over there and doing that. What's up with Chapo? What's up? Oh, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Ichipu.
Ichipu. Okay, I'm sorry about that, bro. I'm sorry. Cali. Let me see. So I'll ask you the same question. Do you think that Colombian women really like us, or have you been to Colombia? I'm sure you have, right?
Cartagena.
Oh, Cartagena. All right. Cartagena.
Yeah. Back in December. And,
what did you think about what you think about the women over there in Cartagena?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
One thing that I gotta say is that being Hispanic, we were able to move around and just be a little bit better than anybody else. Because, you know, they quick to look at you, try to scheme you, try to sell you everything in the book. And, you know, I was fortunate to be Hispanic and dark skin like this and be okay.
How long did you stay in Cartagena, by the way?
8 days.
Have you been to other countries in Latin America?
No, my first. First, and many more to come.
So what other places are you planning to go to?
Medellin. I asked you for a place, and you told me Parque Yaris. I'm trying to go there, actually.
Yeah. Bro, okay, bro. The block is hot. Okay,
the block is
hot.
hot.
Take no personal responsibility if something fucked up happens to you, dog.
Yeah.
I made like 8 videos talking about how dangerous it is, bro. But if you're gonna go over there and you're gonna get security, please get security.
That's it's a possibility, but I go solo. I move a certain way, you know.
Yeah, you can move a certain way and still get robbed, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No, my man. I don't wear jewelry.
Nah, it don't matter. It don't matter. No, it don't matter.
No. My man, I dress like a local. Trust me when I say that. I mean,
the locals get got, bro. The locals get got.
No, locals got good, but I'm alert. Trust me. I'm from the South Bronx, so I'm always looking all the time.
Damn, I'll tell you this, bro. I went on a date with a paisa one time in Parque Yeres, and I was walking next to her, and the dude that had like big cards was putting the cards in her face and trying to sell them, and I thought it was weird that he was being persistent because she was saying no, I'm not interested. And then like when we went to the bar, we got inside the bar, she went and she's like, oh, my cell phone, and that guy took the cell phone. So these guys are very slick. So that I got my cell phones taken in Cartagena like that as well. Like I was walking and somebody sprayed me because it was during their carnival celebration or Independence Day, you would say. And so they have this thing where they spray people with a foam, but everybody's like joking around, playing around. And so when I got sprayed, I made the mistake of walking in the crowd with the gun, or not the gun, the spray thing. And so I'm spraying people too. I'm having a good time as well. And then when I go like this, and I had tight pants, really tight pants. So I thought I would feel somebody's hand because the cell phone was real deep in there, and I had really tight pants, and they still took it.
Rule number 1, stay away from crowds. Rule number 2,
yeah, I know.
No tight pants or tight shorts. Hello.
And you know what? There was another guy that was at the hostel that got his cell phone, took it within the same time frame that I did. He came back. He was, they took my cell phone. I mean, those guys are really slick. I think the locals get got so much. Like, I feel bad for Colombians in general. Like, forget about the gold digging shit. Like, I think in general, the people there are very hardworking and dedicated to their families. And I just think I think it's so normal to them to get robbed at this point. Like, even when you tell them, like, damn, it's crazy. Now that this happened with the DJ, I've had already 3 girls tell me to my face, oh, yeah, but bad people are everywhere. But, you had a gringo come over here and ask Steve. He heard the audio. It's like, so it's just like, to them, it's like, oh, but y'all have people. No, bro. We don't have Americans coming over here drugging y'all, stealing y'all, like kidnapping y'all. Like, that bullshit only happens in Colombia, dog. You're not seeing it happen in Puerto Rico and Cuba and Dominican Republic and Mexico. Hell, not even in Brazil. And Brazil can be dangerous as well. That's only a Colombian thing. And to me, I would say they like to blame the Venezuelans for that shit. Do I believe some of the Venezuelans are doing that shit? Absolutely. But, I always tell the Colombians this because they have like short-term memory loss because they don't remember that their city was like the most dangerous and one part at a time. Like those bombs that are going off. Have you ever seen Narcos? In the beginning of the time frame, they go into the Palace of Justice and they kill all the federal judges and they destroy Pablo Escobar's crime archive so they wouldn't prosecute him. He killed like all these presidential candidates, judges. They killed over 1,000 police officers. All this bad shit that happened in Colombia and especially Medellin. That was like, the same Colombians that were doing that. So I kind of feel like now they've gone through such a bad phase that I think they want to like lift the burden off their shoulders by placing it on somebody else. Maybe I shouldn't be too hard on them, but I kind of feel like they just want to be like, oh, it's the Venezuelans.
Let me tell you something, man. There's something that you can't prepare for, and I've seen this happen to 3 guys. If you go to Medellin and you meet a girl and you're like, damn, man, this girl is really nice. Like, I got her ID. I didn't take her to my place the first time. And then the second time you take her to your place and she watches a movie with you, you're cool. The third time you have dinner together, 4th, 5th, 6th time, the 7th time you take her, she drugs you and she robs you, bro. These Medellin girls, they will wait, man. They will wait they will wait 2 months to make you put your guard down and they will rob your ass. And
the sleepers.
The second thing about Medellin, man, is that everybody who stays in Colombia will eventually get got. Ulysses has gotten got. I've gotten robbed. If you stay there more than a month, you're gonna get robbed, man.
Tell them what they say. Tell them to say, Steven, you're not a Colombian until you get robbed. That's what the Colombians will tell you.
If you go there, man, and you stay there, you will either get robbed in person or you get robbed by me. I got robbed on the internet. They took my credit card information. Anyone who goes to Colombia, you're gonna get got, man. It's the price you have to pay. So just understand that. We're not telling you like to be a jackass. Like, it's the truth, bro. Like,
well, it doesn't matter how hood you are, bro, because even the hood people and the barrios, like all my homegirls are from the barrios and they're living out on West and San Javier, and some of them even date bandidos and they still get got, and they're around bad dudes. And so these girls are getting got that are around bad dudes, bro. The foreigners have no chance. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And to them, it's normal. Like that waitress that got shot in the neck for her cell phone, the next day she was at work. If I get shot, I'm not gonna go to work for a month. I don't give a fuck about my job. And she was at work. That's what I'm telling you. It's normal to them. Who gets shot in the neck and a day later they're back at work?
That's a third world country, not United States. Third world country.
But even a third world country, like in Mexico, you got shot in the neck, or even in Brazil, you're not gonna go to work at least a week.
Third world country.
The other thing I'll say is don't underestimate their schemes and games, man, because they will pull some shit on you like you've never seen, bro. Don't underestimate them. Trust me. You be thinking everything's cool, and there'll be someone right around the other side stealing money out of your pocket, bro. They're good at what they do, man.
I was at this apartment complex, bro. I was at apartment complex. Let me tell you, I stayed in this building that was just rented to foreigners in Medellin. It was in an area called Belén. Belén's also a really nice area. You don't want to be around the tourist shit. And the manager got mad at me because I brought a girl one time. He's like, bro, you need to be careful. There's already been like 4 robberies here. And one guy thought the girl was his girlfriend. And after a month, she didn't drug him, but he was like asleep or in the shower or something of that nature. But no drugs were involved. And she took his shit, boom, left. And there's cameras. They don't care if there's cameras at this point. Like sometimes like you see them on the cameras and they kind of put their head down like. So also that's another thing to watch out for. You bring a girl and she's like putting her head down where the camera's at, bro. Shit.
It's alert. That's an alert. Okay, got you.
Shit, bro. For sure, bro.
Ulysses, you know about this. Like when you go to Parque Lirias, you'll be walking and then 2 girls will see you and they'll come up to you and they'll be like, hey, you want to go have a threesome? And you're not thinking of the right head.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
They'll rob you, bro.
That's a
like,
no-no.
Or you'll be talking to one and then there'll be one behind to pickpocket you. Like, man. They don't
Never.
play.
Right. If you don't show up, you have money, you're probably fine. If women is very low. Other options is you find a Christian woman with total different values, but they could be boring.
Yeah.
I'm not
But let
gonna
me tell
lie,
you.
ISIS are fun, bro. I'll be the first one, even though people are saying you're shit talking them. They're fun to be around with. I'm not, bro. I have a good time when I go drink with them. I'm dancing with them. When I've been in the bodies with them, I had a good time, bro. Like I'm not saying like they're boring people or they're not interested, but I'm just saying like at the end of the day, they're just like they're gonna try you, bro. Like I held a lot of them trying. Like I'm talking to my homegirl, like one of the few people that I still talk to in Colombia. She's like, are you disappointed in Medellin? And I was like, and I told her, I don't care about the women because I've lived in Europe and I never even had one date. I care about my security. When I can't walk around with my cell phone,
Yep.
time to get
That's
out of here. So
done deal.
I don't give a fuck about having girls, dog. Like I'm not gonna ever sit here and be like I got women in Europe because I did it and shit, bro. So that doesn't matter to me. But I still love living in Prague. I had a good time. I went to university there, and I'll be the
Nice.
first. And I'll still go back and I have a good time again. But you like it's so weird because like if you go to like Europe, like you could walk around almost any time of any day and like not worry. Like even when I was in Belgrade, Serbia, I would see girls coming out of the club around 5 a.m, walking around in short skirts, and that's something that you're never gonna see in Latin America. So I think I value my safety over anything.
I hear you, brother. Let me
But
tell
I
you, Cartagena, it's my
Mm.
first time South America, first time Cartagena. I had the time of my life. I was
I'll tell you what,
in and
bro.
out.
I tell you what, traveling is like going to an ice cream shop. You're gonna have a bunch of ice creams, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Don't just get stuck with strawberry, bro. Try them all, bro, and you're never
I
gonna
did,
know which one you like.
and I did, and I did. Okay, I was in Delirium, Dulce Vida, Space, Agastro. I was everywhere. Okay, and I had dark skin, light skin, short, tall. You name it.
No, but I'm talking
Like you
about.
said.
I'm not talking about women, bro. I'm
Oh.
talking about countries in general, like just like countries of ice cream. Yeah. You could get a lot of women in
Oh.
Cartagena, bro. That's no doubt.
yeah.
But
Like
I'm
I
just
said,
saying, like
here on
try
the block.
different countries. Like try Mexico, try Dominican Republic. Even Cuba. Cuba's definitely dope as well.
Well, I've
But,
been to DR. I've been to DR.
Okay, yeah.
Cartagena. I want to go to Medellin next, though. Really, that's like on my list.
Yeah, I agree with that, Andres. We have a lot of economic inequality here, and the most people find easy ways to get money. Yeah, bro, I agree 100%. Like one boy told me, like you have to realize for a woman over there, it's easier to work on your back than on your feet. Meaning that you get maybe $200 to have sex with somebody, and then to work 12 hours and only get $15. That's bullshit. So I'm not blaming them for like I don't hate on them, bro. Like if you're happy, that girl's happy. There's nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with that. What two adults doing there in their inside of the room? What the hell is that? None of my concern, bro. Do I look like I'm the pesto man? If y'all know who the pesto man is, but I'm just saying, like just don't go brag about it and be like take pictures and put it on the groups and be like, look at what I got. And so that's kind of like, and believe it or not, the good women see those things, and that's why sometimes when you do try to get a good woman over there, it's not going to be that easy because they already have a perception of us like that's really bad. I already got a bunch of messages from a couple of girls there in Medellin and in Cali, and it's not looking good, bro. And I'm not gonna go there for a few years, so that's not my problem anymore. But it's not looking good for the guys that are there. It really is not.
Oh wait, a shout out to Razor Ray. Look,
yeah.
Razor Ray.
I told him to pull up. I told him to pull up, but I know he's.
You know Razor Ray's favorite.
It was so funny because like he was fighting the Puerto Rican and Rob were fighting at it the other day. Like he was just like this, like they're like arguing and cussing each other out, and it's just like this.
Yeah.
And like
This.
I watched it.
That's funny.
Chocolate Brown, yeah, I agree. My life is way more important than going to a country to a location where I have to follow a long list of rules. Yeah, bro, that's how I feel with Colombia, bro. It's like you can't be on Tinder.
Chocolate Brown.
Don't take the girl to your apartment. Don't do this. Don't. I'm like, bro.
And the food's not even that good. And the food's not even that good.
No, it's not. Well, I would say the food is better in the East Coast. They have that Afro flavor and stuff like that. But in Bogota and Medellin, absolutely not. And actually, even the best food that's there is actually mixed more with Venezuelan food, if I could be honest. Oh my God, man. Oh man.
Yo, LeBron told me to come on here. LeBron.
I had a Colombian woman to go see to approach me asking for a threesome. I got her number and never spoke to her again because I was scared. Yeah, it's probably a good thing, bro.
Yeah,
you know what? I met a German guy before I left Colombia this year. It was actually my last month, and he was a young dude. And he's like, "Oh, this girl I met on Tinder wants to come to my apartment with another friend." And I was like, "Look, bro, you're not attractive. And I told him like that to his face. I was like, bro, you're not attractive, dog. No girl, no two. You're not Romeo Santos. You're not Bad Bunny, dog. What do you have that a woman wants to throw her panties at you, bro? I was like, you're gonna get drugged, dog. And I'm gonna let you know right now, like it's gonna be bad for you. Like there's not a hookup culture here, and he didn't end up like going or whatever. And like hopefully I made it save this life. But I just like that's a lot of guys that are young guys that are coming from Europe don't really watch YouTube videos. But people don't say this, but the European guys are also getting got.
Yep. Don't discriminate.
We have different cultures. If you have the dollars, you have the power. So use that part. Yeah, the Colombia has different cultures. Like the women in Bogota are very business oriented. Yeah. And you know what? But that's why I was telling that my homegirl, I told her, because like that's the thing, Colombians never live in different cities except for very few of them, so they don't know what's really going on. So like I've told people, like Colombians in different cities talk mad shit about each other. Like I know for a fact they don't like the paisas. And I seen paisas talk bad about the caleñas and vice versa. So it's not like Dominican Republic, you should already know this, that they're very like they're nationalists, they love their country, they're like this. Yeah. But the Colombians not so much. They trash talk each other really bad. That's why I said like they trash talk each other. What makes you think they're not gonna trash talk a foreigner, bro?
Exactly. The Rolo girls are kind of cold though, man. Like I find them kind of cold. The Bogota girls.
Yeah, I've never gone out with them, but I've heard the same thing. Yeah. But I've heard from people that sometimes they pay their own dinners and like they're more like professional orientated. But like I said, I never gone out. 90% of the Colombian girls probably, bro. I'm not gonna argue with that fact, bro. Like I said, I don't even talk to no Colombian women over there no more. Like I think the only two girls that I know has her own business in a body. She sells makeup, and the other one I known for a long time. I met her through her, actually, two mutual friends. And then I think about it, it's like, no, I don't talk to no other Colombian girls. You know what? I never thought I'd say this, bro. I've met better girls in RD than I have in Colombia.
That's
damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. I'm surprised to hear you say that,
bro. I've met girls that have invited me to cook for me, and like one girl's like even told me you can stay at my house, like. And yes, they're players as well, but usually they don't play the long game. That's what I like about DR girls. They kind of just like they're really interested in money. They just like tell you at that moment, What's up, Eric C?
What's up, y'all?
Hey man, I'm gonna go to work now, bro. I'm gonna go to work now, man.
All right, bro. Thanks for stopping in, bro.
Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, bro.
All right, no problem. I want to ask Eric C. Have you been you've been to Colombia, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You currently live in Colombia?
No. I'm in Guadalajara. Remember, I said I'm married.
Okay, my bad. I just never seen your face, bro. So yeah. So how do you like Guadalajara, bro? Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You've been to Medellin, though, right?
Yeah.
So would you say it's like very similar or no?
It is. But
not cultural wise, but like similar, kind of like the weather and yeah.
Yeah, the weather, the energy. But the thing is that Mexican women are genuine, and Colombian women, they don't care about you, man. They don't. They just don't care about you like that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like my homie, he's there now. He decided to stay. I bounced, but bro, the way that Mexican women and Brazilian women care about you, there's no comparison.
Yeah, bro. That's why I said that. But some people don't believe it because they've had bad experiences. Like, and I understand because the first like 2 years of traveling, I stayed mostly in DR and also Colombia. But it's not until I finally like went to Brazil, I was like, why not? And so I was just like, I stayed 3 months and then I went again. Actually, the second time I didn't even go for 2 years because of the pandemic. I had to wait a year. And then when I went, one of my girls that I met, she's actually a police officer, detective, picked me up at the bus station. Right. And she actually paid for the Airbnb, paid for dinner. And obviously I paid for some dinners too, but she paid for the Airbnb. And I was like, bro, like you could date 1 million Colombians. You're never going to get that shit.
Never, bro. I had Colombian girls who I was talking to on Tinder and Bumble before I went there. You can still use Tinder and Bumble. You just got to screen them really hard. I screened them really hard. I have like this whole text and I'm pretty hardcore. And bro, even then I had one girl, she was like, I was telling her, hey, listen, I'm not a sex tourist. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm eventually, looking for a girlfriend, but I just want to date. She's like, okay, but this and this and that. Then she's like, hey, can you buy me lunch? Can you send me money right now? One girl was like, "Can you send me money to go shopping?" Another girl was like, "Hey, bro." This was after meeting them for like 5 minutes, after matching with them for like 5 minutes. It is crazy. I'm like, bro.
When did you get to Guadalajara recently, like a month ago or when?
Yeah, because I'm close. I have a house in San Antonio, so I'm.
Oh yeah, I live in San Antonio as well.
Yeah, it's only 2.5 hour flight. So
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's close. The women are just as hot, and they're not as fine as the Paisas, but they're right there, bro. They're right fucking there. And Guadalajara is much safer. I walk around with my cell phone.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problem.
for sure, bro.
None of that getting robbed and none of that shit, bro. And the Mexicans are just, in general, they're just very friendly, very nice. They know how to fucking party.
Yeah, I posted there's this very famous YouTuber there. He's actually Russian, but he has 500,000 subscribers. I forget his name. I think it's called El Russo. You might have seen his channel.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And he made he stayed in Brazil for a year, but he stayed in Sao Paulo. I would never stay in Sao Paulo, hell no. But he wrote like a post saying in Spanish how he missed Mexico and how the people were so genuine, they're open to him, they're smiling at him, they're always saying hi. And then the Mexicans started he got him with 500 comments. Bro, and I was just wow, even if the big time YouTubers that are in DR or Colombia leave, let's just say Life or whatever was to say, I miss Colombia. You think he's gonna get 500 comments from Colombians? Bro, I looked it up right now, and he had maybe close to 200 or 300 comments, maybe 500. I'm over exaggerating, but I'm just saying the point is that he got that many people to tell him come back, we miss you. And I was just and I posted on my WhatsApp, and I was I have people from many countries. I don't have too many Mexicans, but I'm pretty sure I throw jabs at the Dominicans and the Colombians once in a while. I'm bro, I'm proud of my Mexican heritage, and I throw them once in a while, let them know how we people we are. I have no shame of that, and why wouldn't I be proud of that, that somebody can open. I have a friend that's he's an army veteran like me, but we went to university together in Miami. And I remember during the hurricane, a few years ago, school was canceled for a month and a half. So bro, let's bounce to Guadalajara, bro. So I took him. And actually the first day he met a Mexican girl there. And the next week she invited him to the house, and they had a barbecue, a party. And I'm bro, and I told him you're not, well, he does not really travel that much, but I told him personally, I was telling people this guy within 1 week met a nice girl, had her own car, had her own money, and treated him like a king. Yeah, and so you're not going to get that treatment in the DR. Well, DR sometimes, but not really. And also in Colombia, I never heard of anybody being it's very rare. And Colombians are very jealous of each other as well. I went to this girl's house that was pre-met. She wasn't no scrub. And so her cousin was a scrub, obviously. And for some reason, her cousin was why do you want to be with her? She doesn't even know how to cook and just trash talking, bro. And obviously it's not my house, so I can't say nothing, but I'm just damn, dog. And later on, the cousin told me oh, she dated a foreigner, an Italian. He paid for her ass surgery. And so it was just about this. And so she maybe just got jealous. I don't know. But whatever, for whatever reason, she was just trash talking her own cousin and her own house. And I thought that was really messed up. I think Colombians are very jealous of each other. And now
they are.
Now I'm looking at the comments of the expat pages, and the expats are going at each other's throats. And you see guys, one guy wrote imagine a group of men that mistreat their women, and all of a sudden they're acting like they're angels, and they're going on with this thing with the DJ and going with the flow.
Right.
I just think Colombians in general can be sometimes very hypocrites, because they know that the crimes that are going on against the women over there is done by them.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want to interject and say, man, when I went to Colombia, I had one thing in mind, and that's to have fun. I wasn't looking for a relationship, anything like that. It was strictly to have fun, and that's what I did, But guys, what they're doing is what they're doing wrong is they're going to Colombia and they're meeting these chicks at the bars, and they want a relationship with them. So they catch a feeling with them, and they want a relationship with them, and that's where a lot of them go wrong. It's you can't pick up a girl from the bar expecting a very genuine, serious relationship. And as you said, that DJ dude or the DJ girl, that's what that dude he did wrong. He ended up falling in love with a DJ girl, and that's one of the biggest no you can do. It's all about where you pick up. We're not here to generalize all Colombian women to say that. It's all about where you pick up the women. I mean, if you pick up your chick from a coffee shop, a library, somewhere in a national park in Colombia, you more have a better chance than getting a serious relationship with her than picking up a girl from the bar. And that's where a lot of guys don't understand is like initially when they pick up these chicks from the bar, these chicks show these dudes so much love and all that initially, but then those girls' true colors come out at the end. You know, like the money aspect and all that, and that's where a lot of guys do wrong, man. Like a lot of these guys just they just breaking a lot of codes. When you travel overseas, you have certain codes you got to do. Is like they're breaking so much codes, like, and that's why they get at the end of the day, they lose, man.
Well,
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're not wrong, but here's where I would kind of give you some kickback. The issue is, even if you're going to Colombia and you just want to have a good time, 9 out of 10 times these women are plotting on you. They're plotting to rob you. They're plotting to set you up. They don't even generally just want to hang out. They want something. When you go to Mexico, when you go to Brazil, these people, these women, just want to hang out and get to know you, bro. I have screenshots from women from Mexico and Brazil. I can't wait to meet you. I want to get to know you. What they asked me, like, oh, what do you like? Why are you coming to Brazil? Like, I want to show you around the city. A Colombian girl will say, they say this shit. Oh, I'll wait for you, Poppy. I can't wait to meet you, Poppy. And then like a couple of messages later, like, can I have some money? So my homie that's in Colombia right now, he literally, no exaggeration, he had like 200 numbers from girls from Colombia between Cali, Bogota, and Medellin. He's in Medellin right now. He's fucking like 2 or 3 girls every night. But out of those women, they're all like, oh yeah, we want to get to meet you. A week before he goes to Colombia, 80% of them are like, oh, I need my bills paid. Oh, I need a baby for my milk. Oh. So the thing about Colombian women in general, they don't care about you, bro. It's a cultural thing. And I'll tell you this, and then I'll shut up, Luis. I had women tell me, I said, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a genuine girlfriend. I have screenshots. I had 2 or 3 Colombian women tell me, if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for love, you're wrong, because that's not our culture. We want the money. They said this to me verbatim.
Facts,
I
bro.
have screenshots. I have the fucking screenshots. So they know what's up. They don't
play those games, dog. You think they're your friends, dog? I had 2 girls that thought were my friends. They made a WhatsApp group called Our Birthday Presents, and they both had boyfriends, and they're like telling me to give them gifts, and I was like, what? I told them, no, guess what? These are girls never hit me up again.
Yeah, so
Facts, bro.
Here's what I usually do. I mean, so let me give you an example. When I went to Colombia during just before the pandemic happened, there was this chick I was cool with, right? We was vibing and all that, man. So I got back to the States, the pandemic happened, and out of nowhere, she said, "Oh, no food, no clothes, no milk for my baby and all that." And guess what I did? I deleted it and blocked her. Deleted and blocked her number.
You did the right thing.
And then because it's like, because she didn't even came at me, or she wasn't even gonna ask me, hey, how are you? How you been? And all that. How's your health? She didn't ask anything like that. She went straight to the point, and I'm like, she went straight to the point, and I'm like, wow, this is not adding up. This person seems selfish. She only cares about herself, and I blocked it and deleted her, and that's what I usually do. Is like a lot of these chicks, I kind of scope on in on them. Sometimes they'll send me when I get back to the States, they'll send me nice messages saying, "Oh, I miss you" and all that. But then it leads to another. It leads to another thing. Like it leads to them asking. So sometimes they'll open up with a question and say, "Hey, how you been? I miss you, Poppy," and all that. So they can make you like change your mood. But then they're gonna drop that question on you. Hey, my dog just died, and I want what is it? My money for my dog. So they will come up with 99,000 excuses, and so that's these chicks. I peep the game out, man. It's just like you really gotta be like ahead of them, like it's 10 steps ahead of them. The games they play and all that, you gotta be in what is it? And Ulysses, I heard some very, very good things about Guadalajara. I also know a dude.
This is my bitch from Guadalajara, bro.
Yeah. I also know a dude who goes to like he lives in I believe in Dallas, but he literally drives to the border. It's not Guadalajara. It's another city, hidden city in Mexico. I forgot what it's called. It's close right
Monterey,
to the border.
Monterey.
Monterey, yeah, Monterey,
Yeah,
Monterey, yeah,
Monterey got bad ones too.
yeah,
Monterey got
Monterey.
bad
He
ones
showed me the
too.
receipts. I'm like,
Woo!
yo, these chicks
Bro,
are
Mexico's so
fine, man.
underrated. Mexico's so underrated. Colombia's overrated. Mexico's underrated.
Yeah,
And
for sure. I've
Brazil's
always said
underrated.
Guadalajara is like it's a gold gym. I don't think the thing is that you don't have to worry about getting ever ruined because just like guys want easy women, and so they're always gonna go to Colombia and live their fantasies over there. And the same thing with Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
But they're never gonna make that trip to Mexico. They're just like not, even if it's cheap, even if it's better food, even if it's a better quality of like persons. Forget about just the women, just the people in general. They're
Yeah.
not gonna make that trip. They're just too lazy. Kind of like the same thing I always say, like same thing with Eastern Europe. Like the women over there love brothers. So I had friends that were from Nigeria, and I lived in Prague, and I used to see these guys make out with girls every single time I went out with them. And most of the times, like some guy in the panel said, like, "All girls want you for your money, bro. That's bullshit. Bro, go to Prague and go out with some African
Yeah.
dudes, bro.
So
Go with
I
some
just want to say,
African
I just want to say on that aspect when you say the Nigerian brothers, now it's a completely different thing. We American brothers and the
Yeah, no,
Nigerian
but
brothers,
they
when we
still, bro.
go over there, it's completely different.
No,
We coming
no.
in with a certain swag.
Poland,
We
Poland, Prague, Romania, Budapest, and what's the other place in
Germany, they
Germany?
love
Bro,
brothers, bro.
hey, if
Ask
you're
any veteran.
American,
Ask
over.
veterans that have been stationed in Germany, dog. And they'll
Yeah.
tell you the best years of their life was in Germany. And in some
Yup.
cases, a lot of these guys stay over there because they're
Yup.
treated so much better. In some cases, they get married to the women over there. That's the thing
Hey.
that a lot of guys don't know, that some of the international marriages are, a lot of the guys are stationed in certain countries, especially Germany.
Yep.
And they get married to the local women over there.
And don't forget about Japan too. We have a lot of stations out there in
I have
Japan.
friends that have been married
So
to Japanese women for sure.
yeah,
That's true.
and Japanese women is like they're very very feminine. So it's like I'm going to those two places, Europe and Asia this year, and I'm definitely because I'm taking a break from South America right now. It's hot right now. It's a worldwide recession. So a
Go
lot
to
of people are
Mexico,
doing
go to
some
Brazil.
a
Go
lot
to
of people
Mexico, go to Brazil.
a lot of people are doing some they gotta feed their family, right? So they're gonna commit all these crimes and all that in South America. So I'm gonna this year strictly I'm gonna travel to one of the most advanced countries. Like I'm talking about low income crime, so I don't have to work. I don't want to be on vacation constantly worrying about being robbed and drugged and all that, man. I'm taking a vacation to actually reflect, not to bring so much stress into myself. So I can't see. That's why I can't see myself going back to places like Colombia, Medellin, Colombia. As much as I had very very good time out there, I can't see myself going back over there right now. It's completely hot out there.
Bro, Mexico, Brazil. Listen to me. In Brazil, the women in Brazil are they're finer to me. They are more attractive than the Colombians. That's my opinion. Everybody is different.
Yeah, same here. Same, and you got more of an art. You got the afro. You got the white girls that look like they have the blonde hair, the mixture. And so you got the cariocas are very very aggressive. But I would say cariocas could be very aggressive. Like if they really like you, they don't play those bullshit games. Like they'll tell you right there, like, do you want to be my boyfriend?
Yes.
But they're doing it for. I've gone out with a date with one girl. After the second date, she asked me, and I was like, bro, I barely met you like 2 weeks ago. I don't care. Like, and then like she went crazy on me. She's like, I told my family that I was gonna get with you, and I was like, what you mean, bro? Like I've only known you for a month. Like
that's how they are, though. It's a cultural
she's
thing.
like threw a temper tantrum and she's like, nah, whatever. But their goal too is like, a lot of them try to go to Portugal, but they go in there. It's so weird because they go to Portugal, they go to work their asses off, and they go for the right reasons. But I feel like some Latinas that are trying to get to America is just so they can have like a better life, but like not a better life as far as like hard working, but a better life for like just being lazy. That's what I see.
Sure. Yeah, it's when the women again those like 2 or 3 women told me, oh, this is a Latin American thing. We're all about the money. in my mind, I was like, nah, this is just a Colombian thing. This is not all of Latin America.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Because I've never experienced that with the Brazilians at all, not at all. And I know you don't like Sao Paulo, but to me, the women in Sao Paulo are hotter than the women in Rio. Just because,
well, I don't like Sao Paulo, the city. I like the beaches. I have a few videos on my YouTube channel. I went to a place called Praia Grande, which is about 2 hours, and it was actually there's like a couple of cities like right next to each other, like maybe 30 minutes, but every city has a beach or whatever. And so I went to one place, and I was like the only gringo. I forgot. I'm not gonna say the name. I think it's I can't say the name. But in the next city, I stayed like a week and a half, and I remember I met this girl that was a teacher, and she was very caring. Like I remember I took the bus back to Rio, and she's like, "Oh, I was worried about you. Are you okay?" Like, and so like the love that you get from them is like mind blowing because you don't get that love from the Colombians or even the Dominicans. And so it just like when I got that, I was like, bro. And then my friends that have gone from Colombia to Brazil, like they'll never go back. They're just like, nah, I'm good.
Dude,
it's a wrap, dude.
You're right. I had text messages. I kid you not, bro. Before I decided I'm gonna give an old girl and marry her, bro. I was like, I can show you this shit. I can show you the receipts. The girls from Brazil and the girls from Mexico, like, let's say I didn't hit them up for like a day or two because I was busy with work or whatever. They'd be like, I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, do you still like me? I didn't hear from you, so I'm just checking up. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this?
Yeah. That girl that picked me up, like, they had a hack my Instagram. She didn't know that, and she was like, "Oh, I was gonna message your mom because I wanted to see where you had been. I hadn't seen it in 3 months, bro. You're not gonna get that from a Colombian or a Dominican. I'm just keeping it real.
Never.
But for the fact that girl told me I was gonna message your mom to see where you're at, like I was worried about you, bro. That says everything you need to know about Brazilian women. And she's an older woman, like in her 40s, but she's still beautiful. That's what I like about those women. Like I met girls both girls that I know they're in their 40s. They look like 20-year-old girls in their bodies. Curvy, like bro, no stretch marks, no nothing. Like when I met both of those girls in the beach, I thought they were in their 20s, and I saw them in their face. Obviously, you could tell they're older,
right?
But beautiful bodies, curvy, like shit. Man, I had a good time with both of them. But yeah, they invite you to their house. They'll cook for you. They'll be like, they're very compassionate people, very open people, and when they open their houses towards you, it's because they really want to get to know you. And I just think Colombia, you're not going to get that love. You're really not.
No. You're just not.
Colombians could get mad. I understand people don't like to be talked about their country. I completely get it. But that girl telling me like, oh, guys look at us as prostitutes, and then a week later asking me for $100 and telling me it's not a big deal. And not only that, but her best friend drugged her. Her best friend, and you're telling me that you can't trust us? But your own people did you dirty. And shit, how Peso Man does it. Oh yeah. And shit, oh, that's how they do you. Oh yeah. And shit, come on, man. Come on. And I understand like she should have trust issues, but like she kind of just like used that excuse, the same excuse they use for the Venezuelans. They're waiting, dying for some dumb shit to happen by a gringo, and now that's their ammunition for their guns. And now they could just, for the rest of their, and even if nothing happens in 10 years, they're always going to bring up that fact. Oh, but y'all have like bad people too. And like, come on, bro. Like we're not drugging y'all. We're not, robbing you and kidnapping you, man. There's no comparison. Come on, man. Like that's a one-time incident. It probably never happened again. And I think Razor Race was telling me the other day that this week they murdered another girl in Colombia the same way. They chopped her up and they threw her in the garbage. And the guy was caught as well. So it's something that happens a lot. I will say that just don't move like Austin Holloman filming girls and like telling them like dumb shit like that, because Brazilians are prideful. And I think those girls didn't know they were gonna be on his channel. But I mean, when I was young, when I was 23, I did dumb shit. I didn't start traveling until I was like 29. So if I was young, I might have done the same thing. I'm not judging him. Like, I don't blame him, because like you're living in America and you go somewhere straight to Brazil. It's like a candy store. It's like your mom telling you, like you walk in the toy store and your mom tells you can have every toy. Of course, you're gonna go crazy.
Right.
From having one toy a year to having like 1,000 toys, you're gonna be like, and you're gonna like, you're gonna be showing off your toys. You're gonna be like, look, all your friends like, look, I got like Legos, and I got like super soakers and all this Nerf guns, and like, it's the same thing with a grown man, So I don't blame him for that sense. I feel for him, but I think he learned his lesson, and as he gets travels more, he'll get a lot more wiser and move a little bit more better.
Yeah, I'm just more low key. I'm just more low key. I just more low key. I don't move like that, so I'm barely on my social media. So like when I would connect with girls, they'd be like, "Oh, you haven't posted in like 3 years." I'm like, "Yeah,
same here, man. I had a social media account for like 6 years, and I had a bunch of pictures, and I opened it like 3-4 months ago, and I haven't even posted one picture. Like I'm just like, I don't even care, bro. Like if people like don't want to talk to me or whatever, like I might post a few pictures like later on, but I don't give a shit about it, you know.
Yeah, nah, man. But yeah.
Jay Under says they're more cultural, more serious than Colombia or Brazilian people. Are they more cultural serious than Colombian or Brazilian people? I don't understand that, but I would say Brazilian people are more serious about everything. But Andres, he's a cool guy, man. I met him in Cali like a few months ago. Dope ass dude. He's traveled and he's met a lot of people, so he's very experienced compared to most Colombians. So he knows what he's talking about. They have good waves to surf, to go to Banos. Great place to jump in, and those, yeah. Brazil has a lot of good places. It's not just Rio. I think Florianopolis. I was there for 2 weeks. I really like Florianopolis.
Yeah, Brazil's huge. It's like Mexico. It's huge.
Yeah. And Florianopolis is dope. And then I haven't gone to Salvador, but I heard like, you know, the islands that are there. I went to actually an island by Rio called Isla Grande, and that was pretty dope as well. A lot of Brazilians go there. But my friend that was in Colombia met better people in 1 month in Brazil when he went with me to Rio because his 6 months were up in Colombia. And when he got there, within a week, he met like some professional people, and he was like traveling with them. And I was happy for him. I was like, bro, like that's dope, bro. And he got his retirement visa. Congratulations. And he has this girl that's a lawyer, professional, has her own money, doesn't ask him for shit. And it could happen, guys, if you're looking for something serious. But if you're looking for something fun, just stay in Colombia and shit, because the women in Brazil definitely don't play those games. Like if you're not going to be, if that woman in Brazil wants something serious and you tell her, no, I'm not ready for it, next.
Next.
It really is.
But,
and
here's the thing. I don't know, like, I'll say this, bro. All you have to do is go on Tinder and Bumble, have decent photos. There's a website. It's called Snap, SNAPPR.com. Wherever you are in America, a photographer will come to you. It's like $200 or $300. You post you get decent photos for yourself. On your bio, I'll give away a secret that I used. You put the American flag, and then you put their language. So if it's like you speak Spanish, and don't put too much, just be like, oh, my name is Eric. I speak Spanish. I'm coming to Guadalajara, and the American flag. And that's all I wrote, bro. I have spreadsheets I can pull up 30 numbers, bro, in 2 days.
I didn't even get one. I think I got one girl, but I just wasn't attracted to her. I was like, eh.
Yeah, it was your photos, bro. Trust me, it was your photos. That's all it was.
I gotta change that shit, man.
It's not
I don't really care about it though. I don't even like using Tinder, bro. If I could be honest, like I prefer the cold approach. Even if I get rejected, I don't even care at this point. You know, fuck it. But I just think some Guadalajara girls are upper class, middle class, so you might get some rejections. But I wouldn't say it's because they're stuck up. It's just because they come from that high level. Even the Guadalajara people will tell you that some of the women can definitely be at a high place, but that's good though. I'd rather have a bunch of high women than have a bunch of ghetto girls that are gonna drug you. I'm okay with a girl telling me go fuck myself. You know, like I'll go home and cry myself to bed, but it's better than getting drugged and waking up and my laptop is gone.
But the thing is that, like, all right, so in Guadalajara, there's this mall. It's called the St. Andreas Mall. It's like upper middle. It's like the upper echelon. It's in the bougie part of Guadalajara. Yeah. But, bro, the women are so nice. Yeah, you get some rejections here and there, but the rejections aren't harsh like they are in America.
No, they're not in the States, bro.
Yeah, I used to be a dating coach. I know all the pickup artists, all that shit. I used to coach guys. So I've approached thousands of women. So, like, I have the reference experience. And, bro, the women in Mexico, even if they're not interested, they're nice about it. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, tango mi novia, whatever the fuck. And then, bro, you just go on to the next one. You're gonna get numbers if you go out. If you don't like online dating, which I think you should do it because you're just gonna clean up and you don't have to go anywhere and leave your house. But if you want to do the code approach, women, the Mexicans and the Brazilians are so nice, man. Even if they reject you, they're nice about it. So it's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah, I will say that, man. I'll definitely say Mexico. And I never had any luck in Puerto Rico, but then again, I never tried. But even the Puerto Ricans that I met were really dope as hell too. Like they were just like, but they're Americans. They're like they have their own money, so they're not like gonna be impressed by your wallet. You know, they're American citizens. You know, but Puerto Rico is dope as hell too. Cuba was dope. I've had like a person I went fishing with in Havana, and he took me to his house and we ate the fish that we caught. Some people do take advantage in Cuba, but like usually you could catch onto it like once you get like used to it. I used to live in Miami, so I went a few times. Right. And I'm gonna go this year. I haven't been in 4 years, but I plan to go for like 2 weeks. So I hate keep talking about Colombia, but I just thought it was so interesting that what happened with this girl, and now I'm getting the messages from the local women, the few that I still talk to,
Yeah.
about how they really feel about us, and that's why I made the title. Do they really like us? And I'm not. Don't get. I want the guys to understand. I'm not even talking about relationships. I'm just talking about friendships.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even like. They don't even want us for that.
I agree,
Like,
bro.
Not even for like going to have a cup of coffee or even going to the gym. Like, it's at the point where, like, even if a girl's at a strata tres and above, they don't even go out with their own Colombians. Like, I used to have this one girl that used to get after me because I used to go to barrios, and she used to be like, "Why the fuck are you going over there? I'm Colombian. I don't even go to those areas."
Right.
And so, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Colombians are very distrustful of each other, and so people
Mm-hmm.
from stratas 3 and above, they don't mess with the people from the barrios at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so,
bro.
I think when you have a culture like that where it's very divided into different sections, it becomes difficult to like break in each one, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't see that in Mexico or even in other countries. Like I said, like every country has its different culture, but Dominicans are very nationalist. Like a doctor gives the same respect as a janitor, you know.
Right.
In Colombia, it's not like that, you know. Like a janitor,
No.
is like, a janitor could be like, you know, look like James Bond, but if he's a janitor, he's not gonna get no gross numbers. And then you could be like, I don't know, like 500 pounds, and you have money and shit. You're gonna get like.
You're right, man. It's and I'm a bounce butt off your stream because I don't want to take over your stream. But
All right,
no,
bro.
you're right. The Colombians. I just want to say this before I bounce. The Colombians, they're not bad people in general.
I'm not saying nobody's saying they're bad, bro. No.
I'm saying like I found that most of them are pretty nice, but when it comes to the women, they just see big dollar signs, especially if you're American or European.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. My friend's a YouTuber there.
I found a guy on this stream to go put a profile on Tinder and a Bumble. Just do an experiment. Go pay for a month. Swipe with girls in Colombia, swipe with girls in Mexico, and swipe with girls in Brazil. And I guarantee you, the women in Colombia will ask you for fucking money. And I guarantee you, none of the women from Mexico or Brazil will ask you for money. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
If any guy does that shit, comes back on the next stream you have, and they had a Mexican or a Brazilian asking for money, I give them a fucking $1,000. I know that shit ain't gonna happen.
No. I met between 25 to 30 Brazilian women in the last 3 years, and I think I've only had one girl, but I think she was I think she might have been a prostitute down low, but I don't know. But that was it. But that's rare though, even for that, you know. Like,
very rare. It's very rare. Yep. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Peace. When I go to Guadalajara, we can meet up and shit, bro.
I like me. Yeah,
all right, bro. Take care, bro. Take care, man.
Appreciate you.
What's good? Sao Paulo is undefeated. Yeah, you know what? Sao Paulo does have some baddies, you know. But it's kind of like they have a lot of professional women over there in Sao Paulo compared to, and the infrastructure is a lot more better than Rio. I will say that, like, even if you get like a nice Airbnb in Rio, it's not that good compared to Sao Paulo. It's actually like a C- compared to, like, if you get something that's like maybe like a B-, like average in Sao Paulo, that'd be like considered like an A+ in Rio. The infrastructure is not all that, and what do you call it in Rio and shit. I don't know. For some reason, the infrastructure is not all there, man. Brazil has strong fitness culture. Yes, it does. People definitely work out. They like to go run. The women are in shape. It's really rare for you to see like somebody that's overweight, you know. You guys are lying. Colombian women are saints. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to argue with Chad, bro. Like, I know Colombian who are like the Brazilian Mexican ones you described. Maybe they are. I met some good Colombian women, first of all. I'm going to say that. I met some that are damn hard workers, didn't ask me for shit. But I just think for some reason now, I've had bad luck. I've been meeting really bad ones. So what's up, Ulysses? Just leaving a like. We'll watch the replay. All right, bro. Neon Shades. Good. I can't be in Andrew Tate in those third world countries. This is real work as a motivational speaker. Oh man. All right. I'm from Cali. You're totally right. Colombian women are gold diggers, at least 95%. Damn, that's a high number. I'm not going to say 95% because when I first got there the first 2 years, I didn't meet girls that were asking me for shit. But for some reason, after the COVID happened, I just like my bad luck. I just started having bad luck, you know. Dominicans ask for money just as harder as Colombian women. Yeah, they do, but I've actually met more better Dominican women that are not about that shit as well. Like I met some professionals that have been very dope. Actually, one of them actually went to Colombia when I was there. She paid for her flight, and I went out with her twice. She stayed for a week, but she went out with a local person, so that saved me, time. I really didn't want to be going out with her every single day. That's exhausting. But she was there for like a week, and she really enjoyed it. So you can meet a good girl, and she paid for her own flight, like I said, and she did her own thing. So that's pretty dope. I got messages from girls from Rio asking for money. Where's my $1,000 bill? Oh my god. I don't know, Steven. Like, you're the only guy I've ever met that's gotten those messages. I got one girl a long time ago that did ask me for money, to be fair, but it's not the norm, bro. I don't know. I don't even get no matches when I was on Tinder in Rio. The most matches I got were Colombia and DR, but most of the women are just trying to get money. And then, like, I got some Venezuelans as well. But in Mexico, I didn't get no matches. I'm thinking I'm going to change the pictures and make them a lot more better. And maybe I'll get some more matches in Rio as well. But I never had any luck on Tinder when I was in Brazil either. I met some girls, but I had more better luck at the cold approach, Post-COVID times are different. Yes, I would agree with that. Maybe. You can't conduct where other girls where the economic balance is too high. Well, I don't know, because the women in Brazil don't make a lot of money either. They make about $300 a month, even a professional woman, dude. And you don't see that shit. And the same thing with the Mexicans. I think that's a big misconception, bro. Like, almost everybody in Latin America gets paid equally the same amount of money as far as like housing. Maybe a Dominican makes like $250 a month, and maybe a Colombian's maybe $300, and in Mexico I think it's maybe like $400. And Brazil's about 400 as well, something like that. I'm not really too sure about the numbers. I'm just throwing it out there. But if the balance is not that high, bro, it wouldn't be over more than 100 or even 150. So Ulysses, the men from Colombia can say they could be rich and move to places like Dubai if they were entrepreneurs and businessmen. Yeah. I think the Colombian men that have money don't even mess with their own women, bro, because they have options just like us. Venezuelan girls always ask, yeah, like I was on the Tinder in Caracas, and I got like 8 numbers, and 6 of them asked me for money right away. And one of my homegirls that's Venezuelan was telling me, like, why I'm on Tinder. She's like, most of the girls are dangerous. It's like a game to them. They try to take advantage, and then once you don't give them no money, and they move on to the next. So this is a Venezuelan girl speaking. Thanks for having me. Yeah, bro. Hopefully you have a good time in Medellin, bro. Just be careful. Stay off of Tinder, bro. And you let me know how it goes. I think you say you're going to go in March, right? My personal experience, I think if I ever did like want something serious from a woman, I don't think I could date a Latin woman, or I could be honest, not even a Mexican. I think from my experience, I definitely would want to meet like a girl from Israel. Israeli women are very dope. They're very loyal, very territorial. They're very like, jealous, but they're not like, crazy like the Latin women. I was there in Israel for 2 weeks, so I really liked it. They love Americans as well. And they don't have a hookup culture, but it doesn't mean like, like if a Israeli girl likes you, they're going to be very passionate. I also said Brazilian women too would also be very dope. But Israelis for me, and then Brazil, and then a third one I would probably throw in maybe Serbia. I really like the women over there. I thought they were pretty friendly and dope as hell too. Damn, it's hot in here. But the topic of the video was, do Colombian women really like us? At the end of the day, they don't. There's a lot of good people in that country. I met a lot of great people. Don't get it twisted. I met a lot of nice girls too, to be honest with you. But I think after COVID, everything went to shit. And I'm hearing more bad news than I am good news now coming from Colombia. Like every other day, something bad is happening. And Colombians are kind of just like sugarcoating everything. And they're saying, oh, well, look, Americans are doing dumb shit too. Yeah, I know Americans are doing dumb shit, but it's not the norm for us, So I just think there's a lot of tension right now between the Venezuelans and the Colombians, and there's also a lot of tension between the foreigners and the Colombians, and there's actually a lot of tension between the same expats. If you go in those expat groups on Facebook, it's very toxic, very, very extremely toxic. People talking shit, and I've always said, like, if you piss off a Colombian, they'll tell you how they really feel about you, and 9 out of 10 times they're going to tell you to get the hell out of the country. So yeah. Oh man. But I hope this video was very informational. I'll try to get Razor Rays, but he's in the streets right now. Man, he's that guy cracks me up, man. But he does a lot of good videos, and like I think most people here watch his channel anyways. But he posts like stuff that's like really interesting because a lot of YouTubers, you know, they care about more about their pockets. And so even the guy that has like 200,000 subs is never going to say nothing negative about a certain country. I think the only person I ever saw somebody do that was Mara, but that's because he got beat up. And I was there at that place where he got beat up. I saw him the next day. I was staying actually at the same hotel he was. And so I saw that with my two eyes, you know, like him come all messed up. So he's the only YouTuber I've ever known that's like told people not to go to a country. And I don't think he'll ever go back to DR. I don't blame him. But most YouTubers, even if they have a bad experience, really don't say the truth sometimes. They sugarcoat things. And that's just the way it is. So you have to be careful what you watch. Some guys are going to make it seem like it's paradise when it's not. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you guys know what y'all like. You got to go somewhere where it's peaceful, where you can have the peace of mind. It's not always about the women. Sometimes it could be about the culture, the friendliness, the people that you can meet, people that you could trust. And there are expats there that you could trust, that you could depend on hard times. If you get into a situation, do you have an expat that you could call, or even a foreigner that could help you? So sometimes it's about meeting the right connections in a certain country. It's not all about the women as well. I wanted to get that message across. But I think when it comes to Colombia, it's very difficult to meet somebody that if you get a bad situation, you could call them and be like, hey, you know what, this is John, I need help or something like that. Or, I need to go to the hospital. I need to make an appointment. Can you please, come over here? Can you please take me to go see the eye doctor, or can you take me to go see the back doctor or the neurologist? I have bad headaches, or, whatever. I don't think you're going to meet those kind of people in Colombia. So, yeah. You got that right. The man, at the end of the day, they got options just like we do. If I get an educational degree from the States, I'm definitely making paper with those guys. Yeah. Love without border. Guys who go to Colombia are like cows going themselves to the slaughterhouse. Yeah, you could be true though. I just think I think it's you got to move a certain way in Colombia, but even the locals are getting got. Like I said, all my local friends have been robbed. It's very rare for you to meet somebody that hasn't gotten got. I think that just goes with the consequences, and you just hope for the best that it's not going to be drugged, or it's not going to be a gun pointed at your face. But to me, like I said, if an expat wants to live through that shit, who am I? Like, if you want to go through that, that's cool. That's on you. I'm not going to go through that, especially for no woman, and especially for no culture. I don't care how rich the culture is. I'm not going to put my personal safety. So I love Medellin, just like anybody. I would say it's still my top 5 favorite city in the world. And I wish I could go back, but I just think right now it's not a perfect time. And I think if I do go back, there's going to be a distrust between me and the locals. I feel like I don't even want to meet people there anymore. I just feel like if I go back, I'm going to just be wasting my time. Like, no matter who I meet there, I feel like they're going to try to eventually take advantage of me. I got the messages from the girls telling me how they really feel and using the excuse of what happened to the DJ. So maybe it'll die over. Maybe it won't. Only time will tell. So I hope that the guys that watch this panel got something from the video. I always try to be very informational as I can. I haven't been doing too many lives because I've been really busy working, guys. And I'm still waiting for my passport to come in. So I might be taking off in the next couple of weeks, or not, or maybe like another 2 months. But I definitely want to see if I could like go back to Cuba, go back to Puerto Rico, and then go to the Dominican Republic for a month, and then from there go back to Mexico, and try to film as much as I can in those 3 months that I'm going to be traveling. But I think I want to end the life here. I've been on here for 2 hours. I'm not trying to get like hours and hours and hours, and I'm not drinking a beer, so that makes it even worse, But yeah, guys, hope that you got something from the live, guys, and have a good night. I think I'm gonna do my next live will be about maybe Mexico for sure. I'm gonna do maybe one on Guadalajara. I've been wanting to do one. I have a lot of Colombian and Dominican, but I would like to do one on on Mexico. So I think I'll do one maybe like another week from now or 2 weeks, because I'm so busy. Like I'm really tired. I don't know y'all could tell this. Like I'm dead tired still from work. But anyways, guys, y'all have a great night. Be careful out there with the chaparrotas. They're coming for you. No, I'm just kidding. But hopefully everybody got something from this video. And please take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share the video if you can. And until next time, guys.